law offices of Kaufman & Lind. When I first graduated law school over 25 years ago, I had so many ideas of what practicing law would look like. Well, after 25 years, I learned the most important thing I can do is care. There are many nights that I spend thinking about what I can do, how I can make a case better, how I can protect my client. If that works for you and you are in an accident, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. Offices, Orlando.
Tell your doctor if you've fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking, especially if you are 65 or older. Don't let a fall interfere with your independence. Learn more about preventing injuries at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, Orlando's Angel from the Monsters. When you want to sell your car or truck, you want 2 things: the most money and a fast, hassle-free process. That's GimmeTheVin.com. Have you tried GimmeTheVin.com? Go to GimmeTheVin.com and get an instant cash offer in 60 seconds. Oh, and by the way, they come to you.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, May 30th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from Trump, guilty or not guilty, to $350 in easy-to-get new mailbox money. And let's get ready for the National Spelling Bee. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Good day to you.
Hello, Celia.
What's happening?
Hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, hanging in there. I didn't sleep well last night.
No. What happened,
no, it's just the same thing as always. Just decided not to drink for a night. And just...
what happened to your gummies?
I took the gummies, and I didn't take enough. But then,
what kind of gummies?
I forgot.
Delta 9.
Yeah, Delta 9.
Yo, you're doing Delta 9?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Because she's got a medical marijuana card,
right.
Sean. She smokes real weed.
And we also don't know like the short-term or long-term effects of Delta 9, but go on.
We don't know the long-term or short-term effects of marijuana, okay?
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. There haven't been any studies into marijuana use because it's a federally prohibited drug.
Okay.
We don't know the long-term abuse uses of all these things, so I'm willing to roll the dice. And it usually helps me sleep, but the problem is if I eat some of it and then I didn't get just enough, then I don't want to eat more because I don't want to okay, now I ate too much. You know,
right,
I don't know what I'm doing.
Were you feeling it?
No, not really. It was the first night in a long time on account of recent stresses that I was like, okay, now it's time to get back into the routine of not drinking so much.
Because you went live, and it was kind of weird that you were fully naked. And I was wondering, what gummy did he eat?
I would remember that, I think. Or there would be some phone calls this morning, probably, from
for sure.
a couple of iHeart Brass folks. I think so. Yeah, we've got a lot going on today, and we'll start things out in just a second. But do peep into the studio and give us a watch. A lot of people, it's funny to see, people will go over to the live stream and be like, whoa, this is awesome. Why did I wait so long to do this? And it's like, hey, it's waiting for you. If you want to watch that way, you can also put it up on your phone, especially if you have YouTube Premium. That way you can close the screen down and it still plays the audio for you. But over on YouTube, just search for the News Junkie.
Is that what YouTube Premium's for? They keep asking me if I want it, and I still don't know why.
Well, I have it. I think it's genius, but I watch way more. No, I watch way more YouTube than both of you guys do. So for me, it gets rid of all the commercials, number one. And then number two, it gives you a couple extra features. Like you can lock the screen, and if you've got a video going, you can still hear the audio. A couple other things that most people don't really care about, but work for me at the very least.
How much?
How much what?
How much is that, the premium?
Not much, $18 or something a month.
Oh, yeah. Sean doesn't look at the price. He just says, "Where do I click?" Click.
For that, to me, I watch it more than I watch Netflix or anything else. I'm definitely into small minority when it comes to how much content I watch through YouTube.
I watch a ton of YouTube.
On television? On your TV? Oh, really?
Yes, very much so. I watch a ton of YouTube. I just deal with the commercials. I also watch YouTube TV, which has commercials. So for me, the amount of commercials on regular YouTube is like comparable. It's actually less.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting a better deal. But I watch a whole bunch of cooking YouTube, even though I know how to cook.
Cool.
Like whatever I want to cook, I'll watch a bunch of videos on, even though I want to see if you're doing something different that I should be doing.
So I have two login options. Thank you guys so much. That's so sweet.
I don't pay for it. Did you just hear me talk about it?
He's watching all the commercials. I'm not doing that, right? No, that's not for me. Mr. D. Van says on Twitch, does Sean think that iHeart Brass spend their spare time watching his live streams? Sir, if I was completely nude on a live stream, yes, I would hear about it. No, iHeart Brass
welcome to my taint.
They would never be made. If I'm just completely
There's
naked.
a manhunt in my neighborhood. That means helicopter.
What year do you think it is that we would get away with being naked on a live stream and
a little like the devil on my shoulders, challenge accepted.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's
today.
Go.
All right, load up. Go over there at youtube.com, search for The News Junkie, or the links are up at thenewsjunkie.com/live always for that, and Twitch, the streams. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And man, this one has gone mega viral. Very, very viral indeed. And it is a judge in Ann Arbor, Michigan that is in this video. And the judge is the Honorable J. Cedric Simpson. And I like this judge already. He had a man named Corey Harris joining him for his his appointment, his Zoom call, his hearing. It was his hearing, really.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, this has been everywhere. But
it's great.
The judge is pretty great because the judge realizes this guy's there to talk about driving with a suspended license, and he's joined the court Zoom from his car as he's driving.
Ooh.
So it's like dumbest of dumb moves for this guy. And here's the judge handling him.
This is a driver while license suspended.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
The guy's just staring at the game. The guy got, I made a huge mistake. Oh, God.
I mean, but also, you got the option on Zoom to blur that background, homie.
He didn't even try. He didn't even try to blur anything out. But the judge is like, wait, hold on. So you don't have a license? You're driving in your car? Wait, what?
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended, and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we can't really vouch for the intelligence level of our client at the moment.
Here's the thing. You would almost be able to argue that he just went in his car to have a quiet place to do the hearing.
Very
But
true.
he's got his seatbelt on.
Yeah.
There's no real need for a seatbelt if you're just going to be stationary.
Okay, but what's the license you can get if your license is suspended or like DUI?
Hardship?
Yeah. Is that possible? Or that would be on his record and the judge would say?
I think the judge might have seen that, perhaps. But he also admitted that he said he was going to the doctor's office. So he just didn't do anything to help out his case. And the judge is just dumbfounded. He was cruising along.
The judge kind of has a little smile that he's hiding.
He is. Yeah. Well, hang on. Let me be clear about this. What's happening here?
Also,
He's double checking.
Bailiff.
Oh, yeah? I didn't see him.
Super hot.
Everybody's like so dumbfounded that they're not sure exactly what to do.
Wait, are you talking about the attorney?
No,
in the
no.
middle there?
The cop.
Blondie? Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
That guy.
Sir, we're deciding just how much trouble you're in, okay? So if you could pipe down, we'll see. We're maybe going to let you get by without the bailiff hauling ass to where you are and arresting you right now. Jake said he was driving a few seconds before. He told the judge he was driving a
I don't
parking.
even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant has turned himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Oh, he's just like, I made a huge mistake. That is painful stuff right there, but that's a lesson learned, I guess.
That is funny. Somebody that I knew in high school had gone to the DMV one time, and there was somebody there that was trying to get their license reinstated.
Mm-hmm.
And like they had a suspended license, and they were there to get it reinstated. And they said, "Who are you here with?" And he said, "Nobody." And they said, "What do you mean? Did you get dropped off?" He goes, "No, I drove myself here."
All right, there we go.
Come on.
And they brought a cop over and arrested him.
How do you have to be so dumb to not just, it's the most basic thing to think of, but I guess it can happen to the best and the worst of us. We want to hear from you, your thoughts on anything that we talk about today on the show. You go over to thenewsjunkie.com and you record us a dispatch. You can do it with audio or video, and we'll play you back on the show. We're waiting for the verdict in the Trump case. What will it be? And now it's time to put your money where your mouth is, folks, all right? Because you've got your predictions, but I want to get them on the record, right? Is Trump going to be guilty, not guilty, or will there be a hung jury? Those are the three options that I put down. If you go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll, you can take part in this. So go over there, thenewsjunkie.com/poll, put your prediction in now, and we'll see if you were right about this when this happens. Yesterday, the jurors asked a couple of questions. They wanted to know about old Pecker's testimony.
Excuse
me? The guy from the National Enquirer, Mr. Pecker, and they wanted to know about some of Michael Cohen's testimony and a few other things. And they had questions that led them to believe that they're very interested in some key testimony here that doesn't look good for Trump. But I don't think Trump thinks he's going to get off on this either, right? What did he say yesterday? Not even who was the person he compared himself to?
Mother Teresa.
Not even Mother Teresa could get away with this. He said.
I got you covered.
So he thinks that he's going to be found guilty too. But what do you think? Maybe you think it's going to be a hung jury. Maybe you think it's going to be not guilty. Put your vote on the record right now. thenewsjunkie.com/poll.
Sean, you keep saying on the record, and I feel like people are going to get scared by that.
Well, we're not going to.
We're just having a fun poll. This is not going to haunt you, later on in life with an asterisk.
No, I think you can only see the percentage of votes, too. Like, I don't think you can see, John Smith voted for this. Not that you would get in trouble for that. I wouldn't think. That'd be a weird boss to fire you for that. But I do want to see what everybody thinks just to get this down and gauge the audience a little bit. So go over on your phone, go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll, P-O-L-L, Dana on YouTube, not P-O-L-E. thenewsjunkie.com/poll and get yours all clocked in. Okay, we're going to look a little deeper into this and what we're going to be expecting today. But more importantly, when we come back, mailbox money. This is when you can get in on a class action settlement. This one for $350. So many people just don't do this. You should. There's a good chance you could grab this money. How do you get it? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Because sometimes infighting amongst friends is exactly what you need to lower the volume on the voices in your head. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Out there in Volusia County, there's an accident blocking the left turn lane as well as the left lane on U.S. Highway 1 northbound at I-95, and there's a bunch of commotion on Florida's Turnpike. The right lane is blocked northbound between Oakland Exchange and Hancock Road. Heavy delays there. Southbound, the left lane is blocked near Manola. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, the ultimate cookie blizzard treat is the dessert that has it all. With Oreo, Chips Ahoy, and Nutter Butter, this blizzard treat has everything cookie lovers dream of. Don't wait. This one-of-a-kind confection won't be here long. Only at participating DQ.
Attention all golfers, wannabe golfers, enthusiasts, and do-gooders alike. Get ready to tee off for a cause at the Crime Line Charity Golf Scramble. Coming to the prestigious Heathrow Country Club June 3rd. You'll start the day with breakfast to fuel your swing, 18 holes of championship golf, a cart, door prizes, range balls, goodie bags, and more. Best of all, your participation supports Crime Line, an organization dedicated to keeping our communities safe. So mark your calendars and register now at crimeline.org and secure your spot in this unforgettable event at Heathrow Country Club, June 3rd. It's the Crime Line Charity Golf Scramble Tournament. Let's make a difference, one swing at a time.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatello. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. We've got more stats and notes than we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman. Instead of talking about how great my law firm is, let's talk about autism awareness. In Central Florida alone, there are thousands of children on the autism spectrum, including my son Jacob. I'm not asking for a donation, but just a couple seconds of kindness when you see one of our children out in public. It will make a huge difference. If you want or need any information concerning the autism community, contact me at jeff@whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy.
The free iHeart app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Real Fun Beach Radio. Real Fun Beach Radio is commercial-free all summer and gives you that toes in the sand beach music vibe 24/7. I'm picking up good vibrations. Just open the free iHeart app, search Real Fun Beach Radio, and start listening. Free never sounded so good.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This
money that so many people leave on the table, and it's from class action settlements, and there's one where you could get a check for $350. We'll mention that and see if you're in that category in just a moment here. Real quick, to everybody who was sweet enough to order merch in the latest merch drop. Clouds was the name of this last design that was available over on the newsjunkie.com.
Cocaine.
Those all got snapped up. It is not cocaine, I assure you. It's just fluffy clouds. And the shirts are in. Obviously, there were some delays because of some stuff that's been going on. But now the shirts are in, and those are all going to ship out this weekend. Everybody will get their shirts starting from the next couple of days through maybe like Wednesday of next week. If you don't get it by Wednesday of next week, something has gone wrong, and you can email tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
You should expect in the next day or two an email with your tracking number.
I also think it's worth mentioning that, like, I have a certain Instagram T-shirt maker, we'll call them, that I order from, and it's very clear that it's going to be 2 to 4 weeks till I get it. But for some reason, when it comes to our merch, they're like, "This must be Amazon Prime. It's gonna be same day." It is
Send
not
it
the
overnight.
case, my friends.
Yeah, usually we try to get it within the first week or two. And then this time, obviously, some stuff happened with my sister, and that was right in the middle of the sale. And so we had some issues. Those are all ironed out. You will get yours very, very soon. I promise. Thank you for your order. Over to your money. $349 to be exact of this. If you owned the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 7 Plus, which I'm trying to remember. I've had a bunch of iPhones.
Prove that?
I think you would have to maybe go through your cell provider, and you could see if you picked one of those up at any time. And have you had the same cell provider for like the last 10 years or so?
As a matter of fact, more than, because this was my mom's original number, when I was a baby.
So this goes way back.
According to AT&T, I am a valued customer for the last 30-something years.
Oh, my God. Okay, so then they definitely have a record of whatever phones were purchased on that account. And if an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus was purchased between September 16th, 2016 and January 3rd, 2023, and here's the weird thing. It says, and reported the audio issue to Apple during that time frame.
Oh,
so
come on.
It may be that you not only have to have the phone, but that you also have to have reported it, which seems kind of weird. It was broken regardless, right? This also includes anybody who paid for a repair for those issues out of their own pocket. Apple employees and judicial officers are not eligible. The payments will vary from $50 to $349. But if you are somebody who is known to have had an iPhone 7, or you're familiar with having an iPhone 7 and you reported that audio issue, that could be an easy $349 or so. I'm trying to find the website. As always, it just says on the sheet that I have, go to the website, and I have to bring it back up here.
Go to the website.
Where is this website? All right, here it is right here. It's smartphoneaudiosettlement.com. All right, smartphoneaudiosettlement.com.
That sounds so scammy.
It's real, though. That's the actual official one for Apple. There's a $35 million lawsuit, so you get your portion of that money if you fall under that category. Do you? Check it out, smartphoneaudiosettlement.com. All right, we're watching what's happening with the Trump verdict stuff and everything that's occurring in that zone. But I wanted to share something else with you, because when I saw this story, I was like, were you really surprised? Huh? Were you really? Because a sheriff says, or the chief of police, rather, in this case, in a spot called Eustis, Florida, it's the first ever city in Florida to install speed cameras in a school zone and have it automatically send out tickets. And they said, oh, my, we are just taken aback. It sent out 1,300 tickets in its first 5 weeks in action. And I say to you, Eustis Police Chief Greg Capri, you are not surprised by this. This is exactly why those cameras were set up to begin with, because that is what, at $100 a ticket, $130,000 that they generated.
Not bad.
In 5 weeks for these drivers who have gone faster than they're supposed to in the school zone.
I'd like to know something. I mean, I would like to know, A, what the speed limit is in that school zone.
40.
40?
40. That's what it says.
In a school zone?
That doesn't make sense at all.
It says, Capri pointed out the driver after driver speeding through the 40-mile-per-hour school zone. That's how fast.
If I drive through a school zone, I have to slow down to 20.
Or 15.
Or 15, and the 15 is hard to maintain.
Capri said some drivers were tearing through the school zone at 80 miles per hour. Well, that's ridiculous.
Was it
Come on.
school time? That's another thing. If they're handing out tickets, there used to be this Italian restaurant / bar that me and my dad would go to all the time.
Bibbidi boppidi.
Alfonso's.
Mm-hmm.
And next to Alfonso's, there was like a packing store, and there was a parking spot with a tow-away sign, and they would tow people even after they were closed. And I was like, this is just assholery here. If you're not even open right now, but you still want people to stay out of your parking spot, so you call the tow truck and have it tow people out of there that are just trying to do other things. So likewise, if it's a Saturday and you're ticketing people for speeding through that school zone, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Well, some people are saying that it's 25 in a school zone or 25 max.
It is not. It is 20 max, but it's usually 15.
I don't remember. Yeah, I know it's been slow. I know there are 15s. Definitely. I've seen 15s in school zones. When they say 40 miles per hour, do they mean, generally speaking, it's 40 miles per hour? And when school zone times are activated, it's lower, 25 miles an hour.
That's
or lower.
what I would assume, because if the lights are flashing, I'm usually going 20 at one of the ones that I drive through, 15 at the other.
Yeah, well, he said people were going as fast as 80 miles per hour. They first gave out 800 warnings in about 5 weeks, and then $100 tickets were flying off the shelves, 1,300 of them given out in 5 weeks. It's a real good way to print money for them. They don't even need any cops for this, really. I think, honestly, all the cops were in my neighborhood yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Of course we saw. We were in full detective mode.
Oh, man, this was so weird. So Courtney and I leave after the show yesterday, and we go to walk Lady. And so our walk, winds through this neighborhood where we're at, goes around a park by a high school, and we go about 2.5 miles, 2.2 miles, somewhere around there. And when we start walking, we go out of the driveway, and we go onto the other side of the street, and a cop flies by. And I'm like, damn, why is that cop hauling ass down the street right now? And I was like, close to saying something, just to be a dick. And then I didn't, because I was like, maybe he's going to a call or something. And we get around the next block, and there are cops at every single intersection with their lights on. Like, you look down the line, there's a next street, all the intersections, cops everywhere. There had to be 20-something cops. And as we're walking on our entire walk, there's cops with their hands on their guns. There's cops flying drones up in the air. They stop, deployed a drone, flying the drone around. And Courtney and I got into the conversation. Celine, you might know this, or we'll toss it to Mo. Can the cops fly the drone over my house if they don't have a warrant, or do they have to have a warrant to fly it over my house? Because that's my air, right?
No, you don't own the air, Sean.
I don't own a little bit of it. No. I'm pretty sure you guys are wrong. I'm pretty sure you guys are wrong. So you're saying I could just fly a drone right over Sabrina's house?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
No,
I
don't think you
that
can.
Helicopters need
Who are you going to argue
permission?
with? The person who has a drone license?
No, hold on. I am not saying that. Specifically speaking of helicopters, they are a significant amount up in the air. I'm saying I believe you have property rights to a limited amount over the top of your house. I might be wrong, but if I am, I'm going to go get a sign and find some other fellows to protest with me, because that's insanity to me.
As far as private drone pilots, I believe that there is some sort of invasion of privacy if they're all up in your backyard. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to law enforcement and medical emergencies, whatever, I don't think that you have any right to the air.
Well, here's how I think some of this works. Maybe I'm wrong, all right? Number one, I know for a fact that cops used to try to use things with heat sensors on them to determine if somebody had a grow house. And so they wouldn't have a warrant, and they would fly over the property, and they would see heat signatures, and they weren't allowed to do that. It turned out that they were virtually searching the person's house, which violates your Fourth Amendment right.
Right.
Now, so let's say I got bushes up in my backyard. I'm going to put privacy bushes all along my backyard soon here. And if I have bushes up there, I have some sort of expectation of privacy if I want to be in my backyard in some state of undress in the pool, let's say, or sun tanning or whatnot. God. And then if the neighbor could just fly right over and get me starfishing out in the front yard, trying to get some rays in, trying to get my skin tanned a little bit.
If you're still trying to find someone to replace the lights in your pool, I feel like maybe we should backtrack on what you just said.
No, the bushes are better spent money, I think. I'd rather have privacy.
I don't know.
Lights.
I got a lot of offers on the text service yesterday for people going like, I'll do your lights, Sean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As long as you're naked and starfished.
I'm just not sure how much I trust some of the folks. Radio Michael 7 was like, I could do that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that.
RM7's the best. I have such a list of to-do for him when he gets to my house for Bonnaroo.
Who knew he was Mr. Fix-It?
What a great host you are.
Yeah, no, of course.
Get to work, buddy. Room and
Just
board.
a couple things.
Big Doug Millionaire on Twitch says, I'm pretty sure you own the air above your house all the way to the ozone layer.
All right.
Yeah, listen to Big Doug for sure.
Obviously, I don't think that's true, but I think you can have a reasonable expectation of privacy in your backyard under the right circumstances.
So expectation of privacy, I mean, if you see somebody that is just hovering a drone over your backyard to look at you, then there's methods, there's ways you can go, like contact the authorities and say, basically it's like a peeping Tom, right?
Yeah.
But if your neighbor had a camera that they wanted to aim at your backyard, they're totally within their rights to do so. I don't think they can record audio, but they can, like, if they had a Ring camera or surveillance camera.
Oh, no, hold on. Let me be clear, though. These are two different things. I'm saying, like, if the police were on a public road and they fly the drone up in the air and the drone's high enough over the public road that it can see into somebody's yard or something, I'm pretty sure that's fine because you're flying it from a public location. I'm saying flying over in, like, above somebody's property is the thing I question. Well, let us know.
You can definitely fly above somebody's property.
All right. We'll see. I want more input on this. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. And we'll see if C-Lane should be arrested immediately. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com.
What a tease.
Send us your first dispatch right now. When we return, not only will we get into that and see what the results are, whether you think guilty or not guilty is what's going to, or hung jury is going to befall President Trump, former President Trump. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll to chime in on that one. And I want to talk about something that happened in Chicago. Pet owners, join on board for this because this is a big conversation that I want to find out where everybody lands on it. And your opinion is important on this show. We'll see where you fall. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. He thinks golf is working out.
I never said that.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Thursday forecast, and it's going to be a hot one across Central Florida. Plan for an afternoon high of 95 degrees in Orlando today. We'll expect to stay mostly dry as well, with the exception of a stray shower or two, mainly south and west of Orlando. Temperatures will stay hot through our Friday with a high of 94 degrees. Cooler and breezier conditions, though, right for the weekend with highs near 90 degrees. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Osceola East Emergency. HCA Florida Osceola East Emergency in St. Cloud at 4920 East Erlo Bronson Highway is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Folks, it's hot this time of year. That's a lot of pressure on your air conditioner, but good news. There is a loyal and honest and fair company out there named Mills Air. And they're there to help you out if you have any issues with your air conditioner around this time of year. I thought for a second the other day, I was like, oh, no, it's just not blowing cold air. And it was a false alarm. But it could happen to you. So that's why you sign up for preventative maintenance. I'm going to have the crew from Mills Air come out this summer and check out my system, make sure everything's okay. It can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. It's a great deal. 407-277-1159. That's the number to dial for Mills Air and some peace of mind this summer. 407-277-1159. They have been in business since 1992, over 30 years fixing air conditionings around Central Florida and doing it the right way. Their Carrier factory authorized as a dealer and then get you big rebates if you need a new Carrier unit. You need to take that opportunity if it's presented to you. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. Find them online at millsair.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a Father's Day dad joke. The way a pawn moves in chess is pretty straightforward. You know what's not a dad joke? Getting $50 off the Bartesian Premium Countertop Cocktail Maker with the purchase of 1 pack of Dad's favorite cocktail capsules. Visit BARTESIAN.com/father to get the best premium cocktail maker for Dad at the best price for you. Bartesian, premium cocktails on demand.
Now, it's your time to make more money and be your own boss. Come to the Franchise Show on June 8th and 9th at the Orange County Convention Center to meet with the best money-making franchises. Learn how you can open a successful business. This life-changing event is your only chance to see all the hottest money-making opportunities in one place. Find the perfect business for you at the Franchise Show, presented by the Entrepreneur's Source. June 8th and 9th, the Orange County Convention Center. Get tickets at FloridaFranchiseShow.com.
I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's frozen drinks. I call them air cup-ditioners. Air cup-ditioners come in all my fave flavors, like frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and frozen Sprite Limonade. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.49 after breakfast hours. My air cup-ditioner is on full blast. There are drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Limonade are registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
The free iHeart app has over 100 commercial-free stations like Real Fun Beach Radio. Real Fun Beach Radio gives you that toes in the sand beach music vibe 24/7. Just open the app, search Real Fun Beach Radio, and start listening. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is...
I want you to hear some of this audio in just a moment. That'll be on the show. But everybody's saying stuff like this. P on YouTube says, is it legal to fly a drone over private property? Yes, it's legal to fly a drone over private property in Florida. However, a trespass and nuisance laws apply to drone use over private property. I'm seeing so many different conflicting things, and it looks like it boils down to where you are. Like your locality can have its own laws over drone use over private property.
Nice.
Yeah, this legitimately says the HB 1027. This law preempts local regulation of UAS so that only the Florida legislature can make laws concerning the use of drones in the state, but allows local governments to enact drone ordinances related to nuisances, voyeurism, harassment, reckless endangerment, property damage, or other illegal acts.
What are you on?
I could send you the link, but
Infowars.com?
No, this is not Infowars. I got that bookmarked on another tab over here, but here it is. And then they list SR 766, and it says this law prohibits use of a drone to capture an image of privately owned property or the owner, tenant, or occupant of such property without consent if a reasonable expectation of privacy exists. So it's all like kind of confounding stuff when you put it together, and it doesn't make sense to me. It says the SB 92 law defines what a drone is, limits the use of drones by law enforcement. Under this law, law enforcement may use a drone if they obtain a warrant, there is a terrorist threat, or swift action is needed to prevent loss of life or to search for a missing person. The law also enables somebody harmed by an inappropriate use of drones to pursue civil action.
All right, so these are historic laws you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
If you look where...
These are old?
Yeah, I believe so. One of them says 2013, one of them says 2015, 2017. Okay. And because I know that like a lot of states and locales tried to put some drone restrictions in place. Orlando was one of them. Orlando had some loose drone laws, and they more or less had to get rid of them all because they can't regulate the air.
Mm-hmm.
That's the FAA's stuff. So like
Sean still doesn't believe you.
That's fine.
No, what I'm saying is it seems like there's some laws here that run in interference for one another.
Right. I mean, because I think this is different stuff that's how they've evolved over the years. And now it's just like, well, they have certain places where you're not allowed to use them that become no-fly zones, but they're not as easy to, that's not as easy to obtain as you'd think it is. Well, it's your Disney.
I was saying that I had been yesterday on a walk when cops were everywhere in the neighborhood. They were blocking off all the intersections. They had drones. They were flying up in the air to take a look at stuff.
Do you know that it was the cops that were flying the drones?
Yes, I saw them.
Okay.
I've never seen it before.
They have tiny little red and blue lights on top of the drone.
It would be great if they did. It was a pretty big drone, though. It was a black drone, and it was like the size of my laptop, or maybe a little bit bigger than that.
Okay.
And I actually saw him.
I wonder if it was not a DJI because Governor DeSantis said no, none of them Chinese drones.
Yeah, you're not going to
spy on us.
Yeah, so I don't know what kind it was. I just saw the officer flying it over the neighborhood, and we keep going around, and there's all these cops everywhere.
Was there a helicopter? Or
there was a helicopter overhead the whole time. Yeah. The helicopter was overhead the whole time, circling like the block that I live on as we walked through the whole neighborhood, seeing all these other cops. And as we walked up to one of the cops, a woman opened the front door of her house, and the cop goes, "Stay inside, ma'am."
But you're walking right by him?
We walked right by him, and he didn't say anything. And I said, "Does this guy listen to the show? does this guy say, hey, we can't risk if this lady is out here and ends up getting shot by whoever's on the loose?" But Sean, it's up to you, Sean. Make the decisions you want to.
If you scroll down this UAV coach page that you're on, which I don't know why if they just have like coding in here to put 2024 on the top, and to make it seem like it's the latest thing. But if you go to local drone laws in Florida, and if you scroll down, it'll say City of Orlando Municipal Law from 2016.
Okay.
And it says, ordinance places restrictions on flying drones within 500 feet of city-owned parks, schools, and venues such as the Amway Center, Camping World Stadium, and Harry P. Lou Gardens. And there's a bunch of
weird that they suggest that those ones are standout.
Yeah, which I've flown over the Amway Center before.
Oh,
Kia Center. Permit is required to fly in these areas, which cost $20 per flight or $150 annually. That was a bit. That was when enthusiasts saw that law. They're like $20 per flight. kiss my ass.
That's a stinger.
And those caught in violation of this ordinance will have to pay fines between $200 and $400. That law is stricken from the books. So
is it really?
Yeah. This is, even though it's UAVcoach.com, this is not great information.
It seems to be a little bit more complicated. I don't know. I know that Sealand has told me before, even flying in places that I thought would be simple places to fly, if you want to get your drone up, you have to get approval before doing it.
If I do it in my front yard or my backyard, which is easier, I am close enough to an airport. I'm in a zone where I have to get on an app and throw out there basically. The approval is instant.
Mm-hmm.
That I want to fly 400 feet up in the air for commercial purposes, recreational
just put you on
purposes,
the map, right?
Whatever,
for everybody else.
Yeah, and then if I was closer to the airport and I wanted to get a certain altitude, I might have to 3 days in advance, ask and then say, here's what I'm doing it for. I'm going to have a person with me as a spotter to make sure we're not interfering with any local air traffic, stuff like that.
That makes sense. All right, over on the poll on what's going to happen with Trump, you can go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll to vote in this. The majority of people, 50, right at 50%, are saying yes, he'll be found guilty. 35% with a hung jury, 14% with a no. Not a lot of votes in so far, so you can put yours in just to get on the record before we see what the outcome will be. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll for that. All right, we want to hear from you. I do want to get to the Chicago thing, but I want to give it a little bit of time so we can have a bigger conversation. And let's work in a couple of your dispatches. Here's Mad Taint saying, I'm keeping the drone. All right.
So I guess this drone belongs to me now. I called DJI. They can't find out who owns it because I guess he never registered the serial number.
No, I remember
Nobody
this.
ever answered any of my posts online. So my only question is, for C Lane, who did you go through to get your drone license?
Where'd you get your drone license to?
I looked online to take my Part 107. If you're just flying for fun, you can take an online quiz and you're good to go. That is only, though, purely for recreational purposes. There's a lot of argument on what does not mean recreational.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's I went to an airport over in like a Popka or somewhere, like a tiny airport that had was administering tests there, and just took mine there.
Oh, you have to fly just like you were doing like a driving test in a car when you're 16?
No. It's purely questions on a computer.
Gunny on YouTube says, so, Sean, you have a problem with the police protecting the public without violating laws and their fundamental rights? What in God's name are you talking about? What are you even responding to? I am very glad that there were officers with drones, without drones, and they ended up getting the dude. There was some guy who was nearby, and there was an armed robbery attempt, and then the guy fled, and I think he was in the backyard behind mine, if I got everything correct, and they got him with the dogs. But as we were finishing up our walk, we run into more cops, and they go, where are you guys going? And I was like, we're trying to go right over there to this street. And he goes, the canines around there. You got to go another way. I'm like, this is the weirdest walk we've ever been on.
Who's like a dog?
Every twist and turn, I thought there could be like a convict or a suspect at least.
And then you texted us about this, and I live a significant enough distance from you that this is impossible. But just my immediate thought, you said there's a giant manhunt in the neighborhood, and there's cops everywhere. And then Lexi, my dog, saw something in the backyard and jumped at the back door in a way that she doesn't usually do, thumped it, and then was barking. And I was like, what if it's the guy?
That is a track.
I was like, I looked over to make sure that the door was locked, like an idiot.
The most embarrassing thing, as this was going down, and the chopper had flown over the night before looking for maybe the same person. Finally, they got him. The streets are clean. My neighborhood's safe, I swear. And as we were out there, we heard some noise, and we heard the chopper flying over and over and over again in the backyard. And so I grabbed the key to lock our side gate and turning around the corner to the side of my house and then going over by the trash cans. I was 75% sure there was somebody hiding on the side of my house.
Oh, sure. And I love the idea that if you lock the gate, that there's no way they can get into your yard. They typically just jump the gates. Don't try a door and then keep moving.
I figured it'll make it a little harder for him. It's a tall gate, and it's better than just the gate being open. So we put that on there. But it's like when you hear a noise in your house, and you're so sure that there's nobody that broke into your house, but you're tiptoeing around here.
Without a doubt.
Just in case there's somebody around one of those corners that's going to run into you. No good.
So glad this gun isn't jammed.
Here's, let's see, Loose Neutral is talking to us.
Well, no mailbox money for me in Seychelles.
Oh, yeah. Android.
Choose to live in the free world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, proprietary, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Sabrina.
Yeah.
You should be ordering your shirts from AJ Soup.
What shirts?
Not only is it not a computer,
your
it's a
Instagram
person,
shirts.
But
no.
It's local.
Right.
All right. Thank you, sir. Bigger energy on the show, please. The dispatchers, we need a little more energy out of you.
I mean, I love the shirt that was given to me for my birthday from AJ Soup, but this is a particular, type of shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It was a picture of Lil Jon and the Ying Yang Twins.
Yeah.
But on the bottom it says the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Okay. You've got a
awesome?
collection going of improperly labeled band.
Do you have the Hanson Nirvana shirt?
Oh, no, I didn't get that one.
I've seen that one.
But Meth Syndicate is, I'm a huge fan, so.
It on TikTok and Instagram, it is honestly a little hard not to buy stuff sometimes when you're scrolling.
Oh,
You're like,
Instagram has totally got me hooked with all of the targeted cookies.
because it's so easy, right? Like once you see it and you want to buy something, if your card's hooked up to your account, it's like bloop bloop done. It made it easier than Amazon, maybe even. It's crazy how easy it gets to separate you from your money, but that's the goal, right? That's what you're supposed to. That's what they're doing. Okay, I'm gonna have to put a limit in to put people at 1 to 2 dispatches per day because some people are very bad about that. Here's Dispatch Dan talking about drones and cops.
Hey, Sean.
Unrelated?
All right, so to touch on this drone stuff, as far as drones and police work go, you have to think of it as, let's say a police helicopter was over your house looking for a suspect.
Yep, they'd be able to do that.
The only difference between the police helicopter and a drone is that there is no person riding on the drone. They use the drone the same way they use Chase.
No, I'm saying that the altitude is a thing. And here's why I'm saying that, all right? Just go with me on this little mental trip. Let's say you have a house and you have a pool in the backyard and you want to lay out, your wife wants to lay out in her bikini at the pool or something like that. And a neighbor is able to just take their drone, fly it 20 feet over your backyard. You're hearing as the drone is floating over, and the neighbor is just ogling your wife from the drone as she's in her bikini by the pool. Doesn't that feel like it shouldn't be something somebody could do? Doesn't that feel like weirdo harassment?
It does. And then at that point, follow-up question, can you shoot it down?
Right. And I know we brought that up with Moses before. Like, it seems like that's invasive. What if I just grab a broom and I hit it and I knock the thing out of the sky?
How ridiculous would that footage be, Sean Turner?
It's just me throwing at the damn drone flying through the yard. That feels wrong. It feels wrong. I don't think people should be able to do that. Once you're up at the height of those choppers, I mean, first of all, it's police choppers. It's a little bit different. Second of all, they would have to use pretty high-powered cameras, which they do have, obviously, to zoom in and target an area. And I don't think they're just targeting random areas with pools with women in bikinis. But I do think some creepy neighbors might do it. That's my issue. Maybe you disagree. Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. When we return, we will get to this story out of Chicago that I was talking about. And this one had me really thinking yesterday. So go on this journey with us. It is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The audio version of a Live, Laugh, Love wall decoration that's been set on fire. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Two right lanes are blocked on I-4 eastbound before Saxon Boulevard. Traffic is backed up to the St. Johns River Bridge there. Authorities are working on that accident on Colonial Drive westbound near Apopka Vineland Road, causing a bit of delays on U.S. Highway 1 northbound at I-95. Authorities are clearing up an accident there as well. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Up for grabs are a bathroom remodel, flooring, solar, roofing, and large appliances. Register now for your chance to upgrade your laundry room with a brand new LG Signature washer and dryer from Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse. There are 5 different contests with each category offering its own unique benefits for improving your home to create the perfect living space. Get more details and enter at realradio.fm/contests.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatelli. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews, and reviews. We've got more stats and notes, and we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatelli.
And I'm Jake Chapman.
We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews, and reviews. We've got more stats and notes, and we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Older adults can take steps to stay safe from injury and remain independent longer. Be active and join activities like Tai Chi that help you stay strong and keep your balance. Learn more at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This is
conversation, I think, and we got to get a couple of things out of the way before we dive into it. Number one, you probably heard me tell many stories about my dog, Lady the dog. We all have dogs on this show. Sabrina has a little dog named Carl, and he's teeny tiny. And then C-Lane has a dog named Lexi, who's the biggest. Tiny. Lexi's probably the biggest. Then Lady under that, my Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. And then Carl is smallest.
It's weird to think that Lexi's the biggest dog because we're only talking about the 3 of us.
Yeah, none of them are very big, really. It's not like...
But Carl has the heart of a Rottweiler, I'm sure.
Oh, my God. Does Carl ever think he could take out a pit bull even?
Yeah, he was. It was the size of the pit bull's head, but still was like, let's go, dude. Scrappy.
He's like a little metal dog. He was up at the sliding glass door at C-Lane's house. There's a pit bull on the other side, and he's just like, let me in. Put me in. I'm a fighter. Put me in. It was something to behold. But when I say that I love dogs, I mostly mean I love some dogs. I love my dog, and I love my dog a lot more than I love your dog. Okay? So you're going to have to understand my moral compass on a story like this. Let's say, for instance, I'm walking my dog around, and Lady is on a leash as always and well-behaved and not messing with anybody else. And you have decided to not put your dog on a leash, and your dog comes over and tries to attack mine. Again, I don't extend my love of dogs to give a damn about yours at that moment in time. If your dog attacks mine, all bets are off. I'm punting that thing. And I'm not going to feel bad because it's a dog. You should feel bad because you're a bad owner that put your dog in that instance. Has any of this sounded sane to you so far? Are we all aligned with this, at least to a certain extent? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I just hope for never to be in that situation, I suppose, because I love all animals. I mean, I've almost gotten in many car accidents trying to avoid what I thought was an animal on the road, and it ended up being like a shoe or something, because that's how much I don't want to kill animals.
But were it to happen, you got to defend Carl. That's the most important thing. That other dog doesn't matter for nothing.
That's my son.
somebody else's issue. So let's now talk about what happened here in Chicago. And because this is a little brutal, I'm going to warn you ahead of time, and I'm not going to play that much of it. Now, first things first, whatever happens is way far away on the camera, so it's not going to be like
this the Miami
thing.
One?
No, it's in Chicago. Okay. This is in Chicago, and there was a police officer who was off duty. Police officer is walking her dog, and there was a pit bull that had escaped from a nearby yard, apparently. And the pit bull is not on a leash or anything, obviously, goes around the corner and starts attacking this woman's dog. And the woman, who's off-duty police officer, shoots the pit bull, shoots this person's pit bull. And when I first saw it, I was like, damn, if I had a gun and I thought the dog was going to kill lady, I'm sorry, blast, your dog is gone. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. But this woman, she's very fast.
She unloaded.
I'll just show it to you. All right, here we go. Again, you don't have the visual is not going to be much. See how far away it is? You're not going to see much here. So, all right, this is the person walking their dog.
See the dog die.
And that's it. That's it.
What happened?
Man.
All right, let me go back. C-Lane didn't see what happened there.
No,
What
I
a
watched
strange
it.
place for that dog to be loose.
So this woman is walking. She's a off-duty officer. She's walking down a street on the sidewalk with her dog on a leash. Another dog comes zooming around the corner, a pit bull, and attacks her dog. It's attacking her dog right now. And the owner comes running up, the owner of this pit bull, and the woman has already pulled out her gun, and she shoots the dog.
You shot my dog! Why? I was pulling her off all the time! Oh, you idiot! Why? You just killed my dog!
All right, you get the point,
my
right?
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
she runs full speed back to her house, I'm guessing, and she enters this house, which I don't know the laws on that, but I feel like if you shoot something, you should
stay on the scene.
Yeah, you would want to stay at the scene where you shot something.
I mean, you could argue that it makes you look guilty of, or make you might feel guilty.
If there's any sort of incident in which you're brandishing and or not unloading, but shooting your weapon,
Firing,
you have to stay on the scene.
No, you don't. No, we've had stories like this before where a man killed a guy and
that's true. In a restaurant,
he was defending somebody in a restaurant, and he got up and shot the guy, and then put his gun away, said goodbye, and left.
That seems kind of weird.
Yeah, it does.
That is true. We did have a story like that inside of a restaurant.
I think at the conclusion of that story, we were able to determine, or we've learned, that he was well within his rights to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
leave.
So the things that are important are the woman who ended up shooting the other dog. Her dog was properly on a leash. This guy's dog was not on a leash. He somehow let it escape from his house. That's his jurisdiction. That's his responsibility. His dog was indeed attacking this woman's dog, and she had a right to believe that her dog was in danger. That said, she pulled the trigger insanely fast. I guess what are you going to do? How long do you wait? I hate that it's a thing to begin with.
How long do you let a pit bull maul your dog before taking some sort of,
Exactly. That's a super tough question. A lot of people are saying, I don't know, people are fairly split on this. Let me go through and see what some of the folks have said as a response. So the rest of the story that you should know is about 11:30 a.m., and the officer who was off duty at the time is seen in the video walking her dog when it was approached and attacked by a pit bull that had escaped from a nearby yard. The attacking dog's owner is seen in the video running up and attempting to separate the two animals before a shot is heard, and then you heard what he did after that, the poor guy. The report says the pit bull was shot in the head and died at the scene. The video shows the officer and her dog walking away after the shooting, leaving the man in the street with his dog. I believe my dog would be killed in a split moment if I did not intervene, she's quoted saying in the police report. She has not been charged with the crime. They're suggesting that they investigate this, and they want more video of the encounter if anybody else has it. I don't know that they do. We've got this kind of security footage here from a little ways away. But it's tough because I would want to fight for my dog. If a pit bull was attacking my dog, I would do anything within my power to protect my dog. On the other hand, it was
is this going to stand?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
If you are you within your rights, because they Mind you, I am not coming from the, my dog is my son perspective right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if your pets are considered your property.
Right, they are.
And if someone is stealing your car, something that is your property, are you allowed to shoot them dead?
I think it depends. That was a big battle in the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff, whether you're allowed to use fatal force when you're trying to protect property, because that's what Kyle Rittenhouse was actually in town to do, allegedly. And then he ended up protecting his own life as people chased him around, some of them with guns and other things. But I'm not sure. I think that in Chicago, they're probably going to have a different set of laws than we have in other places. But she shot to protect her dog. She did. The dog was getting attacked. It was. The pit bull owner was wrong in not having the dog secured, but it still sucks really bad.
Oh, my God. It's awful. I mean, we also have have we spoken to the owner? Like, was it the dog got out?
Yeah, it said the dog got out of the gate.
Right. So it's like obviously an accident.
Yeah. No. There's no question that it is an accident. Like, they didn't purposely let the dog out after this woman and this other dog. Definitely an accident. But the dog still was attacking somebody else's dog. And the woman was quick to pull the trigger there. Is that something that you should wait for? Or should we never wait as a dog is attacking your dog? You just act if you have to. A lot of questions here, and I'd love to see what you think about that. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. Not that you probably want to see that video, but it is up if you want to investigate a little bit further over on the See It Now section.
I can hear
of
the clicks rumbling away. Thunderous amount of clicks.
If you just want to see the play-by-play to see if you think that the officer was in the wrong, you can really kind of take if she was an officer out of it.
Honestly, as somebody who has a dog, that the hardest part of the video was not, you don't really see the dog die. The hardest part of that video was hearing the guy, like,
the
you
guy
just killed my dog.
And I paused it because he kept going on for a minute like that, screaming like that, because he was obviously very emotionally distressed by what he was seeing. And that is where the whole debate arises from, I guess. Let's see. Butters says, I've been at 2 pit bull attacks. He's got some insight for us.
So I've actually been present when my buddy's pit bull attacked one of his dogs twice.
Damn.
The first time it happened, we were just sitting in the room, and the dog just came up and locked down on his neck. And we started to try to pull him off, and the dog wouldn't let us. Everything was fine after that when we got him off. And then the last time it happened, we were sitting outside, and the dog was chilling outside.
Right.
And the dog decided to get out of the house. Well, he didn't get out of the house, but the kid let the dog out of the house on accident. The dog ran straight for the other one, and the dog bit him straight on the neck, and he was a pit bull, and he had lockjaw on it. And we tried everything to get the dog off. We were throwing throwing pots on his head. We were hitting him with a shovel. Nothing was getting this dog off.
You know,
and then
exactly
my buddy's dad grabbed a hose, and he shoved the hose in the dog's nose and tried to drown the dog, and the dog ended up letting go, and then we separated them both.
Yeah, the thing that I have heard that you're supposed to do, your
Chuck
thumb
it in
or
the
a
dumper.
Finger, right? In the backside of the dog. And I've seen it work in practice in a video.
Same. I saw the same one, and it sucks
I've seen it work in practice when I did it.
to be that person. But it's also like very
He stopped biting the air. It was crazy.
loud, abrupt noises.
Yeah. It's I don't know. That's a really, really a tough one. And there's a lot of people.
I'm very fortunate in the fact that Carl is so light.
Mm-hmm. You could get him up.
There was a dog that got loose right out of the owner's leash and beelined it to Carl, and I just literally lifted him up with the leash and swung him like a lasso.
Yeah.
Until the person can get their dog back.
We saw another video where that exact thing had happened too, where the couple was walking their dog and they had to hold the dog up in the air by the leash. Carl, you could grab and you could lift up if you needed to.
Softball pitch him right back to the house.
You could throw him over a fence or something to safety, and he might be a little bit more okay. Melissa on YouTube says, the hard part for me is that the owner is there and restraining the dog before she shot. As a cop, she should have had more self-control in this scenario.
As a cop, she should have stayed.
Does it matter that she's a cop, or does that not matter to this? Does that actually factor in that she was a police officer, or no?
I mean, can you have concealed weapons in Chicago if you're not a police officer?
They have very strict gun laws. I don't know. I don't remember the exact laws that they have. I believe you have to have your weapons registered.
But if that's the case, then if it were a matter of her having the weapon because she's a cop, she would have to be, if she were in plain clothes, you would think they wouldn't be allowed to be carrying.
Yeah, possibly. Gun laws regulate the sale, possession, and use of firearms and ammunition in the state of Illinois. To legally possess firearms or ammunition, Illinois residents must have a firearm owner's identification card, or FOID card, which is issued by the Illinois State Police on a shall-issue basis. Non-residents who may legally possess firearms in their home state are exempt from this requirement. The state police issues licenses for concealed carry of handguns to qualified applicants 21 years or older who pass a 16-hour training course. Any law enforcement agency can object to an individual being granted a license based upon a reasonable suspicion that they're in danger to themselves or others. So that's a basic overview of the laws there. A lot of people with very interesting points of view on this. And one that I know I always think about when you think about people who have to put up with dogs, and that's mail carriers, delivery people. They go through these neighborhoods where they have to deal with this sometimes on a daily basis. Here's Letter saying.
I am a mail carrier, and they give us dog spray, which is like pepper spray for dogs, because we run into dogs very often, dogs that aren't on a leash, dogs that literally escape through the front door, through windows, through screened-in porches. And I've personally never had to spray a dog, although I've been chased by them, but I can't tell you the amount of times I've heard customers get really upset or complain that we have to spray their dogs when the dogs are coming at us very clearly about to bite.
Yeah. How dare you?
If your dog is not on a leash, it is fair game for if it's trying to attack somebody.
I can't imagine dealing with owners like that sometimes.
Have you gotten the notification from Amazon that's like your driver has just sent you a message and it's, I'm about to deliver your package. Please make sure your dog is locked up.
Yeah, imagine that.
I've never gotten that notification.
Oh, Carl, we got some talking.
I'd love to hear, and you could be anonymous if you want, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Amazon
if you've ever
drivers.
shot a dog.
No. I want to know if Amazon drivers can label houses as having dangerous animals, and therefore future deliveries are somehow impacted by that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if they could go, at this house, there is a dangerous dog that makes my delivery much more dangerous to do. So I want to highlight that this house is problematic. The owner's not taking care of their pet, and I'm at risk. Is that a thing? Amazon drivers, let us know. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Just let us know if you would like to be anonymous. Okay, quick break, then we'll come back with more of your dispatches. You can leave yours. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and leave an audio or video dispatch right now. In fact, we can work in a few more. I think.
You crazy guy.
Yeah, I just
setting up for
weekends.
I just sent you the screenshot of the Amazon driver message that I received.
This is hilarious that this comes to you.
Why?
Because your dog is so tiny.
I know.
It says, hi, it's a message from the Amazon delivery driver. See that you can see this here in front of me. I'll be arriving with your delivery soon. Please secure pets if you have them and turn on a light if it's dark.
And
Thanks.
all just to give her a remote for her Fire TV.
What are you talking about? That's a fire extinguisher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just so small in the photo.
Oh, no,
you can't
it
tell
is a Fire
TV
remote. You're right.
Is it really?
Turns out I've bought both of those things in the last couple months.
So the Amazon driver can send out that warning to you. I don't know how often that happens, but all right, we'll see. We'll see how this works. One more. Here's a lot of people talking about lockjaw with pit bulls, so I'll let Concrete Mike do it.
Happy today, News Junkie crew.
Hey.
So, misconstrued facts about pit bulls is they do not lock their jaw. That is not a thing. Their just jaw is so strong. When they bite onto it, they don't want to let go. Like Sean said, something about you can stick your finger in their butt, give them an oil check, or black pepper on the nose will make them let go too, because they'll start sneezing. It's hard to get pit bulls apart when they start fighting. I've had plenty of them, I know.
That's why they use that pepper spray, I think. That's why a lot of the mail carriers keep that to keep themselves safe.
This way I know that if I get attacked by a pit bull while I'm performing backyard hibachi, I'll have that pepper shaker just ready. Ding, 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 ding.
You could use some of that, the cookware, too, that you use for hibachi to possibly fight back against. Yeah, you could do some real damage there. All right, both of you, do you know what age you were when you started this job, when you started working for iHeartRadio?
Yeah, I was 23.
23, okay. Sealand, you remember how old you were?
I was 21 or 2 when I was hired.
21-ish, all right?
Are we talking about like intern time then? Because I was younger. But as far as starting my
I don't think intern time would, the way that I'm going to tie this in, I don't think intern time would really count to this number.
23.
I've worked for several radio companies and on and off for a very long time. So this number for me would be very big too, probably since I was 18 years old or so. But there's a guy who just retired from his job after 70 years.
Wow.
70 years. That would be you at 93 working at this radio station for this company, Sabrina, and Sealand at 91, or maybe I got that backwards, working at this radio station. You'd be in your 90s, having worked 70 years.
No way, dude.
For the radio station.
What's the job?
Well, I'll tell you what this guy did.
The tease.
And the idea that he was able to start so young is mind-blowing to me. But we'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
Monsters in the morning.
I don't know, and I can't think of one that.
There's got to be something out there, but it's just really hard.
What?
The Monsters in the morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Doing a quick checkup on some of the major roadways. Southbound on Florida's Turnpike, no major problems there. Northbound between Hancock Road and Leesburg Main Toll Plaza, there's a bit of congestion. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound due to that accident before Saxon Boulevard. The left lane is blocked and traffic is backed up to the St. Johns River Bridge. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. Save big at the Mattress Warehouse Memorial Day sale going on now. Save up to $500 on the all-new Tempur-Adapt adjustable sets. Plus, save more at the Mattress Warehouse Tempur-Pedic Floor Model Blowout event with 0% interest and a 1-year price guarantee. They're more than a mattress store. They're Mattress Warehouse.
Let me tell you about that mortgage guy, Don. Not only is he an expert when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home, but he's part of the Real Radio family. And that means he's taking care of your family. He's a friend that has your best interests in mind. So he also does this live radio show every weekend. You can tune into the Home Loans radio show and get your questions answered live on the air. He's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business because he wants you to know how it works. Get the process started today with an expert, a friend, and a family member that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Enjoying the News Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Tell your doctor if you've fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking, especially if you are 65 or older. Don't let a fall interfere with your independence. Learn more about preventing injuries at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
At Massey Services, we know that no two lawns are the same. That's why we create a customized lawn care plan for whatever your landscape looks like. From season to season, our personalized treatments keep your lawn healthy and beautiful all year long. Personalized, because it is personal. We take as much pride in your lawn as you do. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
The free iHeart app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Real Fun Beach Radio. Real Fun Beach Radio is commercial-free all summer and gives you that toes in the sand beach music vibe 24/7. I'm picking up good vibrations. Just open the free iHeart app, search Real Fun Beach Radio, and start listening. Free never sounded so good.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
Years, yes, 70 years on the job.
I have questions about this job.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that in just a moment after some emails real quick. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Kelly emails, and it says, I work for the power company. We have maps that have known bad dog homes labeled. Also, the question is asked when an account is set up. So they try to keep track of this. They've got some internal data because you might have to go check somebody's meter at their house.
Well, why wouldn't they? I mean, if Uber can rate you as being a bad customer, then you should be able to do the same thing, for whatever job you have if you're getting on people's property.
Of course. And the thing that sucks is there is some really bad dog owners out there. And
I've heard of bad enough neighborhoods where the cable company just leaves.
Yeah.
And they will not show up.
You guys fend for yourself over here. We're not gonna risk it. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and Ryan emails. He says, as a former animal control officer, yes, that woman has a right to protect her person and property from threat of injury or death. Also, it was stated, how long do you let the dog maul your dog? Well, how long do you let it maul you or your child before you react? That's why I said it's the most difficult decision, because I would, in a second, want to just help my dog out over the other person's dog. I don't care about their dog as much. That's their responsibility, not mine. And that is clearly on that guy. He should have kept his dog locked up. He should have kept his dog secured. The dog should have never been where it was. But it's just nobody wins. There's no winner in this. It just like has to go down as one of those really unfortunate situations where I think the woman is at least thinking she did what she had to in the moment. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate the email. Over to this man. Sealand has questions. He's worked for 70 years on the job. If that was us, we would be in our 90s. We would be in our 90s when we retired from iHeartRadio. And can you imagine what that show would sound like? The News Junkie, when we're all that old? Of course, I'd have to be there before you guys. It'd be like, I'd be in my 90s and you guys would be in your 80s. And that would be the show.
What a show that would be, truly.
Can you imagine what that would be like? That would be something.
There's not a dump button big enough for that.
No. And we'd all be so stuck in our ways. There would be just drama galore. At least one of us would be living in the villages, I think.
I don't think that we would give an F at all.
No.
And then there's like a part of me that wonders, are we going to be that age and think we're on the radio? But really, we've just gone senile. And they're just like letting us be in a room, and they put fake microphones in front of us. And we're just happy until we die.
Just put me out if they do that to me. That's too sad to even think about. We're going to hear from this guy in a moment that retired after 70 years, because I think it's pretty damn impressive. But his job was being a school bus driver. Now, here's the rub, okay? This dude's name is Ulysses Whitfield, and he's worked for 70 years driving a school bus. He's 85 years old. So
let's do
quick
the
math.
15.
Shows you. He said back then, students could drive the school bus.
Okay.
Way back in the day. And I think,
when he got a real school bus job, they were like, good resume. Come on down.
You know what you're doing. Students used to be able to drive the school bus when this guy started.
You know, when you hear stories about like when I was in high school, there was the no smoking sign said effective this day, meaning that there used to be a smoking section in my high school, and that is unfathomable to me that there was a section at my high school that you could go to as a student, not just a teacher. As a student, you could go and smoke cigarettes. And that seems unfathomable. So I think if you told those kids smoking, if you walked up and been like, they used to let the kids drive the buses, they'd be like, shut up.
You see a 15-year-old kid ripping a cigarette and smoking while he's driving the school bus? I would be like,
two birds, one
simpler
stone.
times, man.
Yeah, that's another world. Let's meet this guy. Here he goes. This is WAVY Channel 10.
For 70 years, a local school bus driver has a lot to celebrate tonight.
Rutherford Ulysses Whitfield has been with the Suffolk school system for 7 decades. But Nick Broadway tells us soon he'll pull up to the last stop.
Rutherford Ulysses Whitfield is the guy.
After 70 straight years of driving the bus.
This is a weird way to do a news report. He's right next to the bus driver, like he's taking a selfie as the bus driver's driving. He's like,
be hilarious if old Rutherford was like, shut up and get behind the yellow line.
Yeah, get in the seat.
For Suffolk Public Schools, Mr. Whitfield's finally retiring at the age of 85.
I can hear you.
Since the mid-1980s. He only took 2 half-days, no full days off since then.
My guy only took 2 half-days off since the 1980s. That is insanity to me. This dude's immune system must be on point.
And complete record is clean. Like, all of it. There's no incidents.
I don't see any.
Maybe after the age of 75. He was
what's brutal? This is brutal to think about. Let's say that he has a perfectly clean record, like Sabrina's saying. Let's say he only missed 2 half days, right? And then before that, I think they said he missed like 1 full day. Over 70 years of working for the school bus company. He probably doesn't get anything great.
No.
They're not like, your gold star status, here's $100,000 to start your retirement. Like, they're not going to give him anything, right? Just retirement, whatever you get. Yeah, give him something, man. The guy, his whole life, he made his whole life about driving the school bus for people.
That's why I said I had questions. First of all, what job is it? We know the answer to this question now, but my first question was, what job is it that you feel you need to work for 70 years before retiring? Like or that monetarily you have to work 70 years before retiring. And
How
if
did
you
that-
have to
how
work,
did their authority not ask him to retire ahead of time?
they might have.
Or they're
guess
like, you could still pay me $2 an hour.
Well, he's reliable because he doesn't miss any days, and he's getting the job done. The guy loved his job. They said right by like the pedal and where all his controls are for the bus, he has a Ziploc bag that has every single bus route and every single field trip he's done since his career began in 1954.
Why?
Because he's a bus driver to his core, C-Lane. That's what this man wants to do. It's what he was living and breathing to do.
Second question that I started asking is that what is this a retirement? Can you retire from being a bus driver, or do you just resign? No, I'm saying retiring implies pension. You know, some benefits.
Yeah.
Is he getting those, or do you
know.
retire from being a bus driver, or do you just stop being a bus driver?
I don't know. That's why I said that would be brutal if he worked himself down to the end here, and they're going to not give him something special. That's like when they go, a McDonald's employee's worked here for 50 years, and they give him a bunch of tickets to go see a movie and some free burgers. And you go, you monsters. This person gave you 50 years of their life.
We had a coworker that was very much in their prime, not old, just you leaving the company to go get a better job, and then on their last day they took a picture on their way out and marked themselves retired. I go, did you retire though? Did you retire from here? I don't think you have I don't think you've been here long enough to even have a retirement package. I don't know that I do.
We're going to hear more from this guy and see what's happening. We'll get to the rest of his story plus your dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back.
Was that about?
I'm just saying.
I should look into that because you think I should retire?
I mean, you've been here for so long, you should definitely have a retirement plan.
No.
I'm just trying to help you
not
out
my
here.
thing to
I would
plan,
rather
is it?
you stay here. Thank you. I
Thank
love
you.
the three of us.
What's coming up on the next episode?
Sealand's retirement plan.
She said it again. She wants me out of here.
I don't want you out of here. The Osbournes have a new dog that was set on fire, and Nicki Minaj may need a new DJ if she sets her current DJ on fire. If you thought concert tickets were expensive now, just wait until you try to buy tickets with your recently stolen identity. Plus, Paramore is calling for a complete ceasefire in Gaza. That should do it. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for this Thursday. And the rest of the day will feature a hot afternoon. Temperatures will be soaring well into the mid-90s with a high of 95 degrees this afternoon for Orlando. We'll stay mostly dry aside from an isolated shower or two closer towards the Tampa, Polk County area. Otherwise, we'll stay mostly dry across Central Florida. Temperatures will stay hot throughout Friday with a high of 94. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Batteries Plus offers a wide array of battery and lighting solutions, along with key fob programming and expert phone repair, with locally owned stores in your neighborhood as well as commercial accounts to power your business. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of their 700 plus locations today.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 Archie Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Let's make Father's Day something this year with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. It whips up over 60 premium cocktails on demand, each ready at the push of a button. And right now, you get $50 off when you buy one pack of Dad's favorite cocktail capsules. Make Dad's Father's Day by making cocktails with all natural juices and bitters without making any mess at all. Visit BARTESIAN.com/father to get $50 off the best premium cocktail maker for Dad. Bartesian. Premium cocktails on demand.
Here's a shot and a goal. Torhaldsen! Orlando City is heading to the Northeast for the second leg of their road trip as the Lions take on the New York Red Bulls on Saturday, June 1st at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 6:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Introducing Tanzite Stone Tile Flooring, a game changer in the tile industry. Say goodbye to the trade-off between durability and easy installation with Tanzite's revolutionary indoor-outdoor stone tile. Visit Tanzite.com to see how our tile is installed without concrete or mortar. Instead, our innovative rubber gasket system connects the tiles together. Each tile coming pre-assembled, you simply grab one and place it. No expertise needed. At Tanzite.com, you can see how our foam-back tiles contour to cover any existing floor while insulating against sound and cold. Beautiful and versatile. Tanzite tile adapts to indoor or outdoor use, from kitchens to patios, on concrete basements or wooden decks. All with the durability of stone that's guaranteed for life. Witness this innovative product yourself and order a sample today at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
world of entertainment and beyond. And don't forget, as always, if you miss any of the show, you can subscribe to the podcast for free over at thenewsjunkie.com. While you're there, I'd encourage you to create an account because that's easy and free to do. And then you can dispatch us, which is how you interact with the show through audio or video. I hope you'll do that right now. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and get set up. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, yeah, look at them soccer moms.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day. Hold up.
Hold up is right, because if you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps doing some debt consolidation, you got to work with That Mortgage Guy Don. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, and Peace of Mind brought to you by ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust.
Don't miss the book, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Ready to feel old AF?
Yeah, I guess.
21 years ago, 2003, this movie was released.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills.
Finding Nemo?
Finding Nemo, dude.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Oh, yeah.
Keep swimming.
It went on to win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, and because we're old and we could deep dive into sinister theories, may I present to you a new one that has now gone viral about Finding Nemo.
Oh, I didn't know about the Nemo conspiracy theory. What's going on?
Oh, it's leaving fans shooketh, Sean. Shooketh.
Mm-hmm.
Some person said, and I quote, "I've got to call my therapist," end quote. Also, could you imagine that call to the therapist? Need an emergency session because of what I just found about Finding Nemo. So there was a depressing theory that bubbled to the surface a couple years ago that Nemo was just a hallucination. But that's not even the worst of it all.
What's
May
the
I
worst?
present to you the Barracuda wasn't responsible for Marlin losing all of his kids, except for Nemo.
All right.
It was actually Nemo's mom all along.
She was the culprit?
Yeah, those of you scratching your heads, I hope you sit down real quick, take a deep breath. Here's the refresher. 2003, Finding Nemo. Nemo was still an egg. Marlin, dad, lost his wife and all the other eggs in an attack from a, quote, fearsome barracuda. But now there are some fish experts, Sean, that are stating, as a matter of fact, it is typically female clownfish that eat their own eggs.
Ooh.
And therefore, mama ate them babies. One user wrote, "Here I am on my lunch break thinking that if Nemo's mom would have survived, he would have never gotten lost."
You still have that stupid fin, though.
Very stupid. But you know what animal...
I have never seen Finding Nemo, so I don't get any of these references.
You've never seen it?
He doesn't like cartoons. You haven't picked up on this yet? He hasn't seen any of them.
It's not really a cartoon as much as it is a CGI. Or
It's an it's an animated movie.
Yeah, but
and
it's
C-Lane
computer
hates
animation.
them. C-Lane, have you seen Toy Story?
You watch Star Wars. Did you not watch the Star Wars animated series?
I hate the Star Wars animated series.
But you watched it.
No.
He doesn't like animated stuff. I'm telling you. There's so many he hasn't seen. Have you seen Ants?
I loved Ants.
No.
A Bug's Life? Have you seen A Bug's Life?
What'd you like more, Sean? Ants or Bug's Life?
Ooh, that's tough because they were
That
right
is
at the same time.
Objective. Or subjective. What's the one that has a right answer?
It's subjective, this one.
There is a right answer to this.
No. I would say this is subjective, but I think that A Bug's Life is better by a little tiny bit.
Interesting.
A little bit.
I agree with you completely. So according to Fantasy Aquariums, the male clownfish will tend to the eggs until they hatch. He will scope out any unviable or damaged. Yes, he will eat those as well. Sometimes all the eggs will be eaten, especially during the parents' first few attempts. So I'm glad you didn't eat Jackson. C-Lane.
Jesus Christ.
Want to get even more dark? Because
Sure.
there's some more theories.
Darker
That's
than
so-
C-Lane eating his own child? Okay.
Big time, dude. This one's about Shrek. Have you ever noticed a creepy detail that now TikTok users are revealing by the numbers?
No.
So, because you haven't seen Shrek.
I've seen Shrek. I like Shrek.
You like Shrek.
We found the one exception to his
I
animated
like
feature.
Toy Story.
ban.
I like Lion King. I like Little Mermaid. Just, at some point, stop watching those movies.
Right, but Finding Nemo is great.
Despicable
And
Me,
Wreck-It
never
Ralph.
seen it?
No.
Wreck-It Ralph, ever seen it?
No.
I love
Oh,
Wreck-It
my
Ralph.
God. Get out of here.
Yeah, what about the...
Would
what's
you
the
have seen all those, Sean, if you
the
didn't have a
superhero
child?
family?
Yeah,
I don't have children.
You're talking about the Incredibles. But both of them. Great movies. You seen either one of them, C-Lane?
I think I've walked in while somebody else is watching it.
Forget it. It's been 23 years since Shrek, 23 to be exact. And in the beginning of the movie, you see a bear family in cages. Remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
After being captured by Lord, 2 points. Lord what?
Farquaad, yeah.
Farquaad is right. Later, you see Papa Bear and Baby Bear in Shrek's swamp crying without Mama Bear. And now TikTok users have pointed out that there is a scene in Lord Farquaad's castle where you see a bear rug that looks exactly like Mama Bear.
Oh.
So there you have it, my friends. Also dark and possibly boarding the milkshake duck train. Choo choo. May I present to you Neil Patrick Harris, everybody.
What'd he do? He's pretty beloved, isn't he, Neil Patrick Harris?
This just popped up on my TikTok while I was walking Carl this morning. And the claim is, I went and snoped it out.
He dropped the M-bomb?
He did not. Neil Patrick Harris requested a cake made
Killed
to
the guy?
look like this gal right here.
Oh, what's her name? Adele.
Nope.
Oh.
Dead.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse is right. And according to reports, and now resurfacing reports, Neil Patrick Harris requested a cake made to look like Amy Winehouse's dead body 3 months after she died.
Specifically as her dead body?
Yeah.
That's weird.
He faced backlash after a photo went viral on social media. Oh, it looks like that's available on the internet. Maybe we could pull it up. Or if not, put it on See It Now. And it shows a buffet platter resembling Amy Winehouse's body at a Halloween party that he hosted in 2011, 3 months after her death. Now, what's false is says the corpse-inspired Halloween dish was not a cake, actually, but rather a meat-based creation.
Ew.
So what is true is that he absolutely ordered a cake based on Amy Winehouse's dead body and served it at his Halloween party.
Oh, my God.
So I guess he just recently joined TikTok, and now all the youngins are like, you're a POS, and this is why.
I'm on a BuzzFeed article that's supposed to have this, and there's like 79 photographs of Amy Winehouse and
Perfect.
no photo of the stupid cake.
Well, if anyone can find it, please submit it on Dispatches. So apparently, as soon as he posted his first video, all the comments are like, do you remember what you did? Do you remember what you did with Amy Winehouse? Do you
Why is there so much
the meat platter?
bullying going on in these different platforms? It's just everybody's trying to bully
was it
everybody
really
else.
considered bullying when he did that?
Oh,
though? Like, if
bro,
that's
is
for-
this the real photo?
Tell me.
That's not good, dude. That's bad.
Do you still consider him being bullied if that's the real
I think people do bully people. They don't really care about this as much as they pretend, but that's pretty bad. It looks like she's on the table at the coroner.
Okay, so I don't. Is that it? I wouldn't eat.
It says the corpse of Amy Winehouse.
That looks like an old picture.
Yeah,
it
right.
is.
It's from a long time ago.
Oh.
It's 2011.
Yeah,
So,
this was somebody who was at the party who tweeted it out, and it says, "Look who showed up at actually MPH. That's Neil Patrick Harris and Gourmet MD's Halloween party last night." So it was at their party, and it is pretty damn vile. But
won't be able to go to a concert of Amy Winehouse because she's dead, and you might not be able to go to a concert because perhaps a hacker got into your Ticketmaster account.
Yep.
A hacker group claims to have stolen the personal data of not one, not two, but 560 million Ticketmaster customers, and now offering to sell the information for only $500,000, which is very interesting. According to HackRead, the well-known hacking group Shiny Hunters says it's stolen 1.3 terabytes of data from Ticketmaster, including usernames, contact information, order information, partial payment details such as the last 4 digits of a customer's credit card, and expiration dates. So Live Nation, which owns Ticketmaster, has yet to acknowledge whether a data breach has in fact taken place. However, officials with Australia's Department of Home Affairs told the ABC, not to be confused This is the Australian broadcasting company.
Not ours, yeah.
That it was aware of a cyber incident that could potentially impact millions of Ticketmaster customers globally. Crikey. So we'll see if they respond to that, and looking forward to me getting the notification, because it seems to be my strikes of luck as of late. I was part of AT&T's data breach. I was part of one other data breach earlier this year.
This one's so big it's hard to avoid it. It's like 500 million people. You're all right, fine.
Yeah, tell me about it. And finally, because time do be running out, Paramore's going to stop the war in Israel and Palestine.
Oh my God!
Yes,
Thank God! Wow!
Thank you, Paramore.
Congratulations!
Round of applause, everybody. Paramore is here to save the day because they have called for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Wow.
So that should do it. And
I'm sure they're on some sort of like United Nations Council or something.
Yeah, we stand in solidarity with those calling for an immediate and permanent ceasefire. And we'll see you at our next show. I mean, I do love Paramore, but I just don't think this is going to do anything.
No.
We'll see. On the Boob Tube, we have the 7th season finale of 911 on ABC. I Could See Your Voice on Fox. Country Night, y'all. The 20th season finale of Grey's Anatomy. Series finale of Station 19. Series finale of Star Trek Discovery. And Sofia Vergara will be there with her son on Jimmy Kimmel. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. We'll get back to this guy who retired after 70 years as a bus driver. He's got a little more to say. And the same thing happening with Paramore. Taylor Swift, her fans are going after her, trying to get her to do that. The whole thing it's a little frustrating. But it is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The left shoulder is blocked due to an accident on State Road 408, causing delays westbound between Conway East Toll Plaza and Crystal Lake Drive. Authorities are working on an accident on Colonial Drive westbound at Apopka Vineland Road, and there's still delays due to that accident on I-4 eastbound before Saxon Boulevard. Traffic is backed up to the St. Johns River Bridge there. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by the Franchise Show June 8th and 9th at Orange County Convention Center, OrlandoFranchiseShow.com.
After 50,000 hours of a corporate time with Tom and Dan, it's time to celebrate. Friday, May 31st, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan 10-year anniversary show. You can be a part of the show at the Ritz Theater at Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center in historic downtown Sanford. Doors open at 5, show starts at 6. Hosted by Ross McCoy with stand-up comedy from Vince Taylor and Ken Miller. A live recording of a corporate time will be broadcast live on Real Radio 104.1 at 7 p.m. Friday, May 31st. Get more details and tickets at tomanddan.com. Special thanks to Orange County Regional History Center, Modern Plumbing Inc., Pyro Spot, Fair Villa, and DeWitt Law Firm.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Happy hour is back at Twin Peaks. Get up there Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. or late night Sunday through Thursday from 10 p.m. till close and score sweet deals like 22-ounce Peak Signature taps for $4.50. How about half-price wine by the glass and epic shots of Fireball, Jack Honey, and Cuervo Silver for just $2.99. And if you're feeling snacky, they also have some of their favorite apps available for just $5, including queso and chips, fried pickles, Billionaire's bacon, and crispy mini tacos. Get up to Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast,
featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marcatelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
let me run it by my lawyer.
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings. All for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
The Psychedelic Furs are back. Saturday, August 31st, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets are on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. at the Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster. Don't miss.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the
But I've seen this everywhere. I think I bitched about this before. I think I brought it up when, it was like months and months and months ago. There was a guy, and you may know him because he's got a pretty viral account on Instagram, in particular, this dude.
Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. Y'all see
I think
this?
he just goes by the sign guy, and he puts up cardboard signs that are pretty funny, and he's gone as far as to having photos with the president with the cardboard sign, and it's always just kind of fun stuff, right? Very non-controversial for the most part.
That's one of those moments where, if your parents ever go, I don't know why you still do this stupid sign nonsense. Nothing's ever going to come of it. You get to send them the picture of you next to the president holding a sign.
Yeah, but he makes his living off of that being viral and fun and buzzworthy, and people talk about it, et cetera, and not super divisive, right? There's a good lane to be in sometimes if you want to do that. And I think that that's fine for people to do. Another good example of somebody like that would be, who's the guy? I always forget his name. I really should know it. He's like one of the most popular people on TikTok. He doesn't speak English, but he does the videos where somebody will show you like a shortcut, and he'll be like, "This is the dumbest thing ever. Here's the easier way to do it."
Yeah. He wears suspenders.
It's
the same song every time.
Yeah. I think it's the same song. I forgot his name. He lives somewhere in Asia, I think. I want to say Sierra Leone, but that might not be right. And it's so interesting because he was able to go globally viral, probably more famous than most other people because of the spread of his content, because you didn't need to know what he was saying. It was just all visual. And again, very non-political. So now there's all these stories out because they like to echo these really dumb, loud voices online. And they're saying, Taylor Swift, the push is on for Taylor Swift. She needs to demand that there be a ceasefire in Gaza. Why hasn't Taylor Swift weighed in on this? And it's like a weird move to see how many trophies you can get. Like, we kept bothering Paramore, and then Paramore went on the record saying that they wanted there to be a ceasefire in Gaza.
Well, is anybody bothering Paramore? It seems
every-
like Paramore just came out of nowhere. It's like, we demand a ceasefire.
Sure,
in the last,
no one's listening. That's
in the last 6 months, comments on Instagram on all these people's profiles have been about this nonstop, a lot.
Like that loser that was attacking Alec Baldwin at the coffee shop, say free Palestine, say free Palestine.
Yeah, that person went viral afterwards because they were an absolute nut job. Let me see. Taylor Swift Instagram. I'll just pull this up. And you see probably, unless she's been able to have somebody go out and prune these, there's a million people that just respond. They demand, a lot of them, you got to say something about Palestine. You got to say something about Palestine. And fine, whatever. It's just, I think it's a lot of people who couldn't point out where Gaza was on a map. Comments are off on this post from Taylor Swift, so maybe she's getting tired of it. Yeah, 0 comments on this one, 0 comments on this one. She's had her comments off for a little while, it seems. So people can't leave those anymore. I don't know how far back I'm going, but all these are just like Britney Spears. Britney Spears has turned off all of her comments on any
that's
post that she
probably,
made.
I don't know that Britney Spears is so much worried about the people that want her to talk about a ceasefire in Gaza or freeing Palestine as much as they just want to talk about how crazy she's been.
Right, yeah. But I'll tell you this, if I was Britney Spears or Taylor Swift, I would 1,000% shut down my comments on all of my posts. I say what I say, and your comments don't matter. That's what happens. When you have 283 million followers, you know what the comment section looks like of an Instagram post with 283 million followers? There's nut jobs everywhere. All kinds. These folks are probably the least of your worries. But they're out there buzzing like bees and did you say anything about it? It's totally okay. And I know some of you disagree with this, but that's because you're dumb. It's totally okay for somebody to look at this and go, it's incredibly complicated. It's history that goes back a very long time. And looking at this, I don't have a strong opinion on it either way. And also, maybe most importantly, I don't have any power over this. You'll see these city councils in the Bay Area in California, and they'll say city council in the Bay Area of California votes to condemn the attack on Rafah in Gaza. And you go, well, why? They don't have any say over what happens here. The only parties that can do anything about this are Israel, Hamas and the Palestinian people, and other countries that might have undue influence on those two outlets. Like Iran, for example, is
United States of America,
the main financer of Hamas, among other terrorist groups, and the United States of America, who is a major financer of Israel. Though I would argue, even if we stop giving them all the weapons that we're giving them, which most of them go to the Iron Dome, which is the defense mechanism, just in case people don't know this. The Iron Dome is meant to knock down all the rockets that come across the border. And Rafah, the place that's gone viral on Instagram over the last couple of days, they said it's the most shared Instagram story of all time. I don't know if you guys saw it, either one of you, but it says like Rafah, R-A-F-A-H, and then it's like an AI photograph that kind of looks like a tent city in a war zone. And it's gone so viral on Instagram stories. I think they're suppressing it in other posts, but on the stories, they're not. And it's had tens of millions of views. And from that very territory, I think in the last week alone, there's been like 50 rockets fired. So the Iron Dome, dome that Israel has, knocks down, thankfully, a lot of those rockets. Really, it's just about the two parties involved here. Nobody has power of it. Taylor Swift is not going to do anything. Do you think the leaders of Hamas will be like, oh, no, we hear Taylor Swift has weighed in? Or like Benjamin Netanyahu is going to go, hey, Taylor Swift chimed in, so now we've got to, this is stupid. Leave these people alone. There's a bunch of teenage girls who don't know where these countries are on a map and have no idea what the history of the Near East actually is. All right, there's just a lot of that happens over and over again. So leave Taylor Swift alone. She doesn't have to have an opinion on Gaza, for God's sake.
Nobody has to. I mean, if they don't want to, you can be not important, but you can be a famous person and not, just keep your nose out of Gaza stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or out of anything
and
political.
It's okay. It's okay. That's what I think people don't get.
But a lot of people will go, no, your silence makes you responsible.
Violence. Silence is violence.
Which is so dumb. It's like people are allowed to just live their lives and enjoy their lives and try to have an impact on whatever positive things they can do. Like Courtney just did. She donated to a high-rate kill shelter so that she could save some dogs. And I have to tell you.
I'm sorry, what?
Courtney is the most generous person on the planet when she has my debit card in her hands.
She donated to a high rate?
No, it's to a shelter where they save dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, where they save dogs. It's not like to get dogs away from the high rate kill shelters.
Oh, got it.
And she goes, made a donation, did a good thing. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Hang on a second. I feel like I should get credit for some of this should be in my my world. But
well, thank you, Sean.
I might have said no to the dogs. I feel bad now for it. The one that gets me every time, though, and I'm being real with you, I think it's PetSmart, where they have the little bags of food, and they go, would you like to buy a bag of food for our dogs that we have here?
No.
And on one hand, I'm thinking, well, isn't it on you to feed these dogs? Why is this my responsibility? And on the other hand, I'm like, how do I say no to not feeding the dog? Look at the dog over there. It looks like it's kind of hungry a little bit.
All right, if you don't agree, then on the screen, take the food out of the dog's mouth and just drag it into the trash.
I know, it's so bad. It's so much like the South Park thing. Oh, we should talk about this real quick before we get to the retirement guy. Did either of you watch that South Park Ozempic one?
I started to, but then I didn't finish it. But I did get up until the Lizzo portion of it.
Did you see her response?
Yes, and I thought it was
funny.
great. Yes.
It was funny. Yeah. So this could have gone a couple of ways because they were pretty brutal, and their take on Ozempic was, I think, a pretty smart one, which we've talked about on this show before, where it's like, oh, you mean you have a weight loss drug that can help people and save their lives? Okay, we'll put that down for only the very, very rich people that could possibly make it on the list. The other people can only get Ozempic if they have diabetes. And then the other people go on what's called the Lizzo diet, which means they have body positivity, so they eat whatever they want. They both lead you to the same place because the Lizzo diet leads you to diabetes, which gets you the insurance paid for Ozempic, and you get the same destination. That's what they were playing with. But Lizzo is like,
Took it in stride, man.
She's like, I watched the South Park episode, and she played the clips.
She did a live reaction to it, and it was so funny.
And at the end, she's
straight
like,
up covered her mouth.
She goes, what I have to tell you is, I can't believe that the South Park guys know who I am and that they were willing to bring me into their. She was like, she went with it fully.
I'm that
right?
bitch. I'm that bitch that the two guys, made me in their
Colorado.
animated show.
Yeah, she was fine with it. And I thought that was cool. Take that in stride. Don't try to be. God, I would be so flattered if South Park ever tried to make fun of me. Flattered I would be. It could be the most insulting thing ever, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's cool." Like Simpsons, anything like that.
I don't know. I feel like J-Lo. I don't know where you get the compliment. That was hard.
She got a bit of a tough treatment on that show.
Sean wants the taco kisses.
Taco kisses and the hand puppet that Cartman had, but
that was J-Lo.
And in this one, one of the
Sorry, Miss Lopez.
One of the subplots was Cartman wanted to get on Ozempic because if he was on Ozempic, he would be skinny. And when he insulted people, they wouldn't have any jokes to return on him. They wouldn't be able to call him fat as a response joke. And that was his dream, that he could insult everybody. And they did like a, what's it called? Like a montage. And he's insulting everybody. And they're like, yeah. And they can't say anything back to him because now Cartman's a good looking guy. He goes over to Pakistan. He's like, Pakistan, your whole country sucks. Everything's terrible. But nobody in Pakistan can fire back because now he's skinny and there's no reason to insult him. It was pretty decent. And I really liked how she rolled with the punches there. I thought that was good on her part.
I got to tell you, a little confused about where South Park lies because I thought that Max had the exclusive.
Yes.
And then they have all the past episodes, their other specials. But then I go to look for this one, and it's now only on Paramount Plus.
I, too, am confused. And there's no regular seasons anymore, it doesn't seem. It seems like they just go, here's a funny thing. Let's do a special on it. And I think this one was around 50 minutes or so, 50. So, yeah, it was okay. Let's go back to that guy who's retiring. After 70 years being a bus driver on the school bus, he started at just 15 years old when they would let the students drive the bus.
Illegal.
C-Lane's very worried about his retirement plan. Maybe we'll hear about that a little more. Here he goes.
Some of us hope to retire at 70 years old, let alone work for that many years.
I like this guy.
Who hopes for
Still
that?
sharp as a tack. He knows his route very well.
Yeah, true. Does anybody hope to be a school bus driver for 70 years? I'm not sure that that's on the dream list. I think.
And how do you determine if someone's sharp as a tack?
Let's see. Let's see if he sounds sharp.
Make a stop there and go to King Falls. Make a stop there.
I want to say no. I want to go ahead and
He
say
started
no.
the job at
He's
just
like a Rain Man type. He's going through his stops.
Are you calling him mentally challenged?
I don't know yet, but he was just listing off the stops that his school bus goes to. That was a little Rain Man-esque. I have to hear more before I fully judge.
15 years old.
During that time, students could drive.
Much has changed since his first day, from things like regulations and tech to working during integration.
But it was smooth with me, though. I didn't have any problem with the kids at all.
This guy's so chill.
He always kept this in mind while on the job.
Respect the kids, and you'll receive respect from them.
Retirement took some convincing.
Will you, though? Maybe they
Retirement took some convincing?
He's like, I'm not done. I'm going to get to 100. I'm still going to be behind the wheels.
And then he dies while driving the school bus.
Yeah, he may.
His coworkers.
Too longer.
Whitfield wanted to keep the wheels turning.
Because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I have good kids.
Good kids.
I'm going to miss them. I know.
He's so sweet.
Next to the foot pedal sits this leather-bound set of memories, kept safe in a Ziploc bag.
Since 1954.
Every single route and field trip throughout his career. Something to read after his final day.
Just going to look through it and just see how many places I did go. I've been to a lot of colleges and universities and from everywhere.
Well, that seems weird, though. After you retire, you're just going to look at the book of all the places you went to as a school bus driver?
Well,
he really loves it. He loves it.
He does. I would like to know more of a background here.
Mm-hmm.
But go on, do your thing. It seems like that's what he's going to do until he dies.
Yeah, it's what he liked. And that's so crazy. His life experience from driving at 15 years old through the Civil War era and integration. So when blacks and whites all of a sudden were attending the same schools. And through all of that, this dude was a bus driver, driving the school bus, bringing the kids to school, seeing all these different changes, and everybody should have their route in life. Think about what you want to do. I'll tell you one thing that is non-controversial and just absolutely true. You have a limited amount of time on earth. You are going to die at some point in time.
No.
So the entire point of life to me, and I've had some time to ruminate on that a bit as of late. What's the point of all this? What are we doing? The point to me seems to be to enjoy yourself, to have fun. Find things in life that you enjoy, not dwell in misery. Find things that put a smile on your face, things that you'll remember. Man, remember when we did that? Find things that make you laugh. Find things that you enjoy. If it's driving a school bus, that's it, man. Do your thing. Drive it as long as you can until the wheels literally fall off. We salute you, Ulysses Whitfield. If it's doing a radio show, do that. If it's doing whatever it is that you do that you enjoy, you should spend as many of your days doing it as you can. Otherwise, what is this all for? What are
you're
we
right.
doing?
I'm out of here, guys.
See you later. There he goes.
Bye.
He's off to his drone job. He's going to start flying the drone around for good. That's his true dream.
That's what you think I want to do?
I don't know. What would you do if you weren't doing that?
No clue.
Dave
No?
Matthews.
I know he'd go back. He'd go back to rocking out because this weekend was that this weekend or last weekend? You made a surprise appearance.
I did.
1-year-old Hans.
Yes, I did. I went back to Casey's and got on stage for a few.
Yeah,
Are
got
you
up
not
there.
going to DMB this summer?
That already happened, and I was not there.
Damn.
That
This is
was
the first summer you've missed?
no.
Oh.
No, that was this past weekend, actually. Then there was a 1-hour rain delay during Saturday night show.
F that.
Ooh, God. Plus, C-Lane doesn't support him after all the pedo stuff from the jazz guy or the
He's gone.
sax guy.
Didn't
Is he
he
gone?
die?
Okay, the sax guy's dead, and
Oh, is he?
the fiddle player is not in the band anymore.
How am I supposed to know this? There's a lot of
Because
members
he's
of
talked
this
about it a
band.
million times.
I halfway tune it out when he's talking about Dave Matthews. I just know.
I don't even
like-
bring it up. You ask about it.
So it wouldn't be going to Dave Matthews concerts. That wouldn't be the way you spent your days. What makes you the most happy, C-Lane?
Doing nothing. That's
All right. Just rotting on a couch. Got it.
So your dream is to do nothing.
I think that's what retirement
you don't got to have $1
is,
million
man.
bucks to do nothing.
Just nothing.
No, I would probably try. I mean, if I could do whatever I want. I mean,
I think you would confound the genie in the bottle that you rubbed on if you made this wish. So, like, what do you? I don't want anything. I want to do nothing for the rest of my days.
No,
Okay?
the genie has been through this before. I would give them a figure that would allow me to do whatever I wanted.
Yeah, just nothing.
And then some of that time would be nothing. There'd be some traveling,
Yeah. Well, where would you go first?
He
hasn't thought about this enough.
No. There's plenty of time.
It's like
We don't.
I haven't put any thought into this process yet. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. We got to see where your heads are at. We got the poll about the Trump trial. The jurors still churning away on that. And a lot of stuff. It's like the new Y2K, everybody. C-Lane might like this. You might be interested in this. There's another Y2K-ish moment that's coming. And it could be that vending machines and all sorts of different things at laundromats and all sorts of different outlets are going to stop working in just a month or so. Laundromats, vending machines, shopping center children's rides, parking stations, security cameras.
Laundromats.
I'll tell you, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. He's got a pretty mouth.
Ease up, Dan. What are you doing?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's an accident off to the side on the off-ramp from I-4 eastbound to US 1792. Just drive slowly through there. There's also an accident off to the left shoulder causing delays on I-4 westbound near State Road 436. Traffic is backed up from State Road 434, and authorities are still clearing up that accident on I-4 eastbound near Saxon Boulevard. Expect heavy delays there as well. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marchitelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Introducing Tanzite Stone Tile Flooring, a game changer in the tile industry. Say goodbye to the trade-off between durability and easy installation with Tanzite's revolutionary indoor-outdoor stone tile. Visit Tanzite.com to see how our tile is installed without concrete or mortar. Instead, our innovative rubber gasket system connects the tiles together. Each tile coming pre-assembled, you simply grab one and place it. No expertise needed. At Tanzite.com, you can see how our foam back tiles contour to cover any existing floor while insulating against sound and cold. Beautiful and versatile. Tanzite tile adapts to indoor or outdoor use, from kitchens to patios, on concrete basements or wooden decks. All with the durability of stone that's guaranteed for life. Witness this innovative product yourself and order a sample today at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone at Point Orlando. The Funny Bone guarantees the best live comedy experience, welcoming the top touring talent to our stage. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Godfrey, May 31st to June 2nd. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes at OrlandoFunnyBone.com. Full kitchen and bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at Orlando.FunnyBone.com.
The Psychedelic Furs are back. Saturday, August 31st, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets are on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. at the Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster. Don't miss the Psychedelic Furs, Hard Rock Live Orlando, Saturday, August 31st.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The risk of getting injured increases as we get older, but aging without injury is possible. Get yearly eye and wellness exams and talk to your doctor about medicines you take that might increase your risk for falls or a car crash. Learn more at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class healthcare and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
too dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We've officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Is somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Real quick, then we'll get into a new Y2K. Stuff is going to be shutting down on August 31st, and this is important. C-Lane is skeptical, but we'll see if we can convince him here. And Sabrina PETA has responded to one of your segments on the show.
I'm sorry?
You heard me. We'll get to what they have said in just a moment here. We start with this. Beth says to tipsathenewsjunkie.com, when my kids were in daycare, if there were kids in the class with a peanut allergy, we weren't allowed to send anything with peanuts in it. Well, it always enraged me that so many parents would complain about not being able to send a peanut butter and jelly, even though a child could die if he touches it. Is it really that hard to pack your kids something else in a life or death situation? If it was their kid, they would not be upset about this very minor inconvenience that helps keep a child alive. Yeah, it's sort of like, where's your line in the sand? Where's your thing that you're not willing to do because it makes somebody else a little safer? Because everybody's got a line in the sand. There's something that you're not going to do to capitulate to the parents of people who have peanut allergies. Like, there's something where you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's say for the week before your flight, we don't want you to eat any peanut butter product. You're going to be like, come on, this is ridiculous. But somewhere you'll draw a line. I don't think it's that big of a deal if you're on a flight like we were talking about, and they say don't eat any peanut products because there's a little kid and he's deathly allergic to peanuts. I wouldn't go, well, too bad, he's a pussy. I just can't bring myself to do that, but I guess some people do. PETA responds to the segment Sabrina had recently about them in the next episode.
Didn't know PETA listened to the show. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, this is when we were talking about Stormy Daniels. And
this the horse face thing?
Yeah. The Stormy.
How did they get a hold of this?
They know. They're paying attention. This says.
You sent it over, you little tattletale.
No, I didn't. Why would I do that? I didn't do that. It says, we caught your coverage of our proposal to team up with Stormy Daniels for an anti-horse racing PSA. And we wanted to clarify that despite what other outlets may have reported, our proposal is not meant as a jab against Donald Trump, PETA says. As a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, we're prohibited by federal regulation from taking a position for or against any candidate, and we do not. Our ad has no political intent, they swear. There's no political intent here. Don't want to risk that tax-exempt status. Rather, we recognize that everyone can bring their own unique talents to the animal rights movement, and just as Donald Trump helped us stop a cruel diving mule show in Atlantic City in the 1990s, Stormy Daniels could use her influence to help us speak out against cruelty on racetracks today. Thank you for your coverage. Please let us know if you have any questions about this, bobbity blue. Says PETA in response to the next episode.
Thanks, PETA.
They don't seem to be mad at you or anything. They
I don't
just
even
wanted
remember
to,
talking about that.
They wanted to say that here's the deal. It could have been on Monday, maybe. It could have been Josh that was doing the segment. I don't know. Whoever talked about Stormy Daniels and PETA lining up with her. And the real thing with that would be that PETA's implying that she has a horse face. Because they're like, she should get involved.
Well, somebody
in
on this show implied that she had a horse face.
Right. That could have been it. One more real quick. Tips of the newsjunkie.com. Damien says, in the video game world, for those of you gamers out there, he said apparently a bug with the within the cloud, caused a game to release early. Destiny 2 and Elden Ring, both those big games, were accidentally released because of a service bug on Sony's PlayStation Cloud service. He said this is still developing, but people are sharing spoilers. I'm not going to look. Ha ha. I don't believe everything, but it's interesting, he said. I saw a lot of people saying that there was an accidental posting of these video games before they were supposed to. I don't know. I don't play a lot of video games, so it doesn't impact my world. But this might, because millions of devices are facing the next Y2K on August 31st. It's happening. Y2K, which was hilarious to live through. There was everybody saying doom and gloom. It's going to ruin everything. We're all going to die. Nuclear missiles might fire off because the systems weren't built to do a 00. And then it happened and nothing happened. We flipped over to the year 2000. I remember I was in Dylan's mom's house, and it hit midnight, and I looked out the window. I was like, looks like everything's okay. We were in suburbia. I don't know what I was looking for. That would have been shut down by Y2K. But nothing happened. We were fine. They swear, though, this is going to be a big one. For real this time, it could wipe out everything from vending machines and shopping centers, children rides, to laundromats, parking stations, security cameras, and EFT POS terminals, whatever that means, something point of sale. They said on August 31st, Telestra and Optus will both shut off their aging 3G mobile networks. Businesses are being warned not to be a 3G casualty. And if you have like a Coke machine that is under your purview and it uses 3G to do all the credit card transactions, all of that will break on August 31st if they don't do an upgrade to this.
Oh, you got plenty of time, folks.
Yeah. And they'll do it. You know why? Because they're making money. They want to make sure that they're still making money.
Now, are there any like household items that we don't even think about that might be?
It would have to be something with a SIM card. So if you're like my Ring alarm, the alarm system, not just the doorbell, but like the house system, I get text messages when we lose power or lose internet, and it has to shift itself to cellular. So there's a SIM card or some sort of antenna that's on the cellular network inside it. Is it 4G or 3G? I have no clue.
I don't know. There's a lot of that stuff that is connected that you don't even realize is connected. And then just recently I changed cell networks. I changed cell providers. And I got like emails from so many different things I use. And they said, you can no longer use your phone number as your security login because it switched providers.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
Like, they think it might be somebody else's number now, which makes sense. But now I gotta confirm it again.
So you changed your phone number?
No, I didn't change that. No. I didn't change my phone number. I just moved it over to another cell provider.
Not getting rid of that gem.
No, it's good and bad in so many ways. Meanwhile, the polling data shows this. 58% of Americans, as of right now, say they have been closely following news about the 2024 presidential candidates. And here's the number for you. 62%. 62% say this. I am worn out by so much coverage of the campaign and candidates.
Amen. And we're not even getting all that much compared.
June, July, August, September, October, November, 6 months, and 62% are saying, I am worn out by this. This is why we hit on what's happening. We hit on the big stuff, the stuff you need to know. When there's a verdict, we're going to tell you that. When there's something big, we'll tell you that. But it's not just all politics all the time over here, because everybody is just worn out on that nonsense. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we return, we'll get to jury duty. Some big updates. We'll peek into that trial with Trump in New York. We'll also soon be talking about the National Spelling Bee because that is going down, I believe, tonight. They already axed a whole bunch of kids. They were crying. They were so upset. We'll give you all the details you need to know. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Florida will begin their quest for a national softball title tonight. Gators will face Oklahoma State in the Women's College World Series. Over to baseball, where the Rays wrap up their series against Oakland. That one's this afternoon. They'll try to take 2 of 3 after last night's walk-off win. And French Open organizers have banned alcohol use in the stands after complaints from several players about rowdy fan behavior. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Up for grabs are a bathroom remodel, flooring, solar, roofing, and large appliances. Register now for your chance to upgrade your laundry room with a brand new LG Signature washer and dryer from Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse. There are 5 different contests, with each category offering its own unique benefits for improving your home to create the perfect living space. Get more details and enter at realradio.fm/contests.
Now, it's your time to make more money and be your own boss. Come to the Franchise Show on June 8th and 9th at the Orange County Convention Center to meet with the best money-making franchises. Learn how you can open a successful business. This life-changing event is your only chance to see all the hottest money-making opportunities in one place. Find the perfect business for you at the Franchise Show, presented by the Entrepreneur's Source. June 8th and 9th, the Orange County Convention Center. Get tickets at FloridaFranchiseShow.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk, too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
The free iHeart app has over 100 commercial-free stations like Real Fun Beach Radio. Real Fun Beach Radio gives you that toes in the sand beach music vibe 24/7. Just open the app, search Real Fun Beach Radio, and start listening. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio, 104.1. On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Person on my Gaza Talk, nobody sends an email to tipsandthenewsjunkie.com, and incensed, just incensed, I assure you. Our taxpayer dollars is funding the war in Gaza, they start, which, as I said, is true, but about 500 million of the dollars, which is about 3 billion or so, that we send Israel each year goes to the Iron Dome, which is for protection and defense when they get hit with missiles from either Lebanon or usually from the West Bank or mostly Gaza is where the majority of these come from. So a big portion of that budget comes from that. The rest of it, Congress has oversight on it. Israel is an apartheid racist state. You're using buzzwords. None of those things are true. Israel created Hamas out of 75 years of brutal occupation. This is not true. The people in Gaza voted Hamas into power. They overwhelmingly supported them and supported the attacks of October 7th. You're repeating stuff that you've seen on Twitter, and you don't have any real subsurface knowledge of this issue, I can tell.
Yeah, but Nikki Haley wrote on the bombs,
Yes,
Sean.
And by the way, I think that's trashy. I think writing on bombs is trashy. No matter what you think about any armed conflict, the idea that someone is going to be hit with a bomb and you're like, hey, a bomb's over Baghdad or whatever you want to write on it, that's super weird. I don't like that idea either. Israel
That's
is
a very old idea, though. They did that.
Yeah.
I think
Back in the day.
Fat Man and Little Boy had people writing on them.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine writing on those?
Man and a little boy.
Can you imagine writing on nukes? My
No.
God. That's so
Yeah, but
weird.
you'd put a magnet on there, wouldn't you?
Oh, it'd be hard to resist,
Right.
but I wouldn't be happy about it. Israel has killed more Palestinians in 75 years than Palestinians have killed Israelis, and that's an absolute fact. Yes, that is a fact, but only because the Hamas fighters and other Arabs who have been fighting against the Israelis have been pretty bad and have lost every single war that they've launched against Israel. That's the only reason why they were able to overpower them. There's a reason why South Africa opened up the genocide case against Israel at the International Criminal Court. You probably don't know anything about that ruling, which did not declare anything a genocide, even though there were some reports that suggested this. I've read most of the ruling. I know exactly what it says. Calling anybody who asks for a ceasefire in Gaza as dumb little girls is beyond insulting. I'm happy you're insulted, but not for this reason. I'm close to 40 years old, and I know what's going on out there. So I said the people on Instagram. Instagram tends to aim to younger demographics than a lot of other platforms. The people who I see when they have a profile photo seem to be teens to 20-year-old women who are high on the empathy scale and see these horrific photos out of Gaza that are unimaginable, and they're swayed to the cause. And they get swept up sometimes in the propaganda wave because Hamas and other outlets are incredibly adept at propaganda. Very, very good at this. Now, the Israelis are too, but I'm focusing on your comments right here, so that's why I'm coming at it from this angle. When my Jewish friend asked for a ceasefire, she was called a self-hating Jew. There was a ceasefire. The ceasefire was ended when over 1,000 Israelis were slaughtered at a music festival and beyond on October 7th. And if you haven't seen the footage of that, I encourage you to do so. The people who did that were not human beings, but mongrels, and I'll be happy when every one of them is wiped off Earth. I will be happy when that happens. They said, if people of Gaza were white, you would have a whole different tone. No, I wouldn't. That's stupid. Silence is complicity. No, it's not. That's stupid. If the United States government killed your son, Dylan, God forbid you wouldn't have the same tone. No, I'm here to say it's horrific, but none of the people who are chiming in on this or are requesting statements from like celebrities and stuff are going to have any impact on this whatsoever. You have Israel, who was attacked on October 7th, and you can only question whether or not this is an imbalanced number of victims on the other side, which I think is a fair point. But how many rockets should they take? Should they just keep dealing with this forever and ever? Because a lot of the folks in Gaza think there's some pipe dream where they expel the Jews and they get all their land back. It's not happening. It's not realistic. If you think that, you have no idea what's happening in the area. I'm a nobody, and yet always somebody like yourself seems to have the right to express opinions that are just beyond logical thinking. I know what hill I'm prepared to die on, and that's the hill of righteousness. You could turn your back on the suffering of others if you want, says nobody. Thank you, nobody. I get amazed at the amount of propaganda that people get swept up in, and I hear the same things repeated over and over and over when I hear people arguing these things. And this goes both directions, by the way. But with the Palestinian activists, it's heavy. Everybody says world's largest open-air prison. Everybody says it's a genocide that's taking place. Everybody says Israel is an ethno-state, even though they don't really care about that because what's around Israel that's not an ethno-state? They're all Arab ethno-states. Are there any Jews in those places? You don't really care about the answers to these questions. You found where you think is the right moral place to be, and you're post hoc using everything else to rationalize that point. I think this is a very, very complex situation. I hate that it's happening. I hate that there's any war, but we are where we are, and that is the unfortunate reality of life. Okay, now, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
All you had to do was say Free Palestine.
That was it. That's all I needed. Be honest. If all three of us were tonight in the National Spelling Bee, what do you think the 1, 2, 3 is of it?
I'm out.
You think you put yourself at third, or you put yourself above one of us?
I'm out. Like I will not be good at spelling.
Okay.
It does not, especially if I can't write it down.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to? They do have those boards, right?
I think you can. I believe you, because you can ask all the different things about the word origin, use it in a sentence.
But can you write? That's going to be my caveat. It's like, is if I could write it down, because the letters get jumbled in my head.
I think
National Spelling Bee.
I don't think they get like a marker or anything, but I think they look at their what do you call that thing that they wear? The bib.
Yeah,
they look at
their number,
and they kind of write with their fingers to like envision it without actually writing anything.
I'm trying to see if they can write it down, but I don't see anything. Okay, spellers are given a 30-second pause in which to write down their word with the 2 pens given to them, and then they can utilize that. So they can write it down. So that would give you a little bit of a boost. Sealand, do you put yourself on the top of that that victory?
I'm a pretty good speller. I have I won some spelling contests.
I used to be good. Used to be very good. In the last couple of years, I've noticed a little degradation in my spelling abilities.
It took me 4 years just to spell maintenance.
That's tough.
Spell it.
You got what you have to do is find your words that are tough. Is maintenance tough for you?
Not anymore, because it took me so long.
MAINT Enance.
See, you lost
think
me. I
that's
didn't
right.
even double check.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're right. Got it.
Like, do this. I used to always screw up the word separate. And then
that's
I
easy.
said, it's SEP, and then the rest is like karate. And then I was able to remember that in my head, and I never screwed it up again because the
Separate.
A-R-A, yeah, separate. The rest of the word is like karate without a K.
I'm not doing the spelling bee crap.
Separati.
Maybe we're all just how it is.
Separati.
I use those tricks because I have like the little mistakes that I make over and over and over on particular words. Some of them might even be like simple words.
Do you know how to spell the very savory sauce that you put on steak or in gravies?
A1.
No.
A, the
Are you
number
saying
one.
Worcestershire?
Yes.
No way.
Actually, dude, the way you just said it, which is not how people usually pronounce it, but I've heard people mispronounce it more than I've heard them pronounce it, usually on purpose. But the way you said it is how I know to spell it.
Yeah, but I still would screw it up. I have a hard
You said
time every time.
Worcestershire.
But I still have to wait and stop and stare at a piece of paper for 15 minutes when I want to spell the word diarrhea.
Oh, that.
That I can spell with no problem.
Diarrhea.
Text it quite often.
I can spell it in diarrhea.
Okay, we got some jury duty stories, but we'll have to do those a little bit later on. We just talked about spelling. I wanted to wash out some of the Gaza stuff for people who get angry about that.
GAZUH.
We have a bunch of people who have sent in dispatches. I want to hear from those. The National Spelling Bee, I'm excited to see the results of that. I'll almost guarantee you an Indian kid is going to win because the Indians are incredible at spelling.
You know why?
They win every year.
You know why?
Why?
Because they can spell their own names. They can spell all those other big words.
Oh, boy.
Get out of here. The Indians are the best because their parents push them. The Japanese kids are pretty good, too.
Mm-hmm.
But Indian parents are very tough, very strict.
But the Japanese kids are getting
Can we look
pushed
at the winners
into.
the past couple years and see like that it's been an Indian kid every single year before we
it's
make
like
this stereotype?
No, it's like looking at long distance marathons. You just can't take it away from Kenya or Nigeria. They win every single time. They're the best at it in the world.
And
the Indian kids are win every year.
The Japanese kids are getting pushed into playing like the violin and stuff.
Right. It's
more
different
so
areas
than
of focus.
spelling bees.
That has to be one of the
conversation we've
things.
ever had.
No, this is a very diverse conversation. We're talking about all kinds of different backgrounds and what people do as just in terms of your parenting. And those households seem to be more focused on this stuff. Otherwise, why? Is it just that Indian people are naturally better at spelling? That can't possibly be it.
I'm looking at the list here, and as far as 2023, it says the sponsor's location. Never mind. I just misread that. It doesn't
just
say where
trust
they're
me.
from.
It's a thing every year that the Indian kids are in the top 10, like 6 of them are Indian, generally speaking. It's pretty impressive, honestly.
Aaron
And,
Howard in 2019. That's the widest name I'm saying.
Was who? Was number one? Who was number one?
That was, it seemed to be a tie. Like
They had a
2019,
tie?
there's like a lot of people listed here. I'll send you the link. It's the wiki page.
All right, we got to take a break here. So when we come back, we'll talk about that. We got some emails to get to. And also, McDonald's is firing back at all the recent criticism. What are they saying? You're going to find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays before Champions Gate between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up that accident on I-4 eastbound before Saxon Boulevard. Expect delays there. Around the perimeter of I-4, no major problems on State Road 429, and it's pretty mellow on the Greenway. Traffic is up to speed on Florida's Turnpike as well. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ComparionInsurance.com.
Hi, we're Comparion Insurance Agency. Never heard of us? We know. But to help it stick that our local agents are insurance experts, we're going to say local agent 3 times in the next 5 seconds. Local agent, local agent, local agent.
Find us at comparinginsurance.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Let's make Father's Day something this year with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. It whips up over 60 premium cocktails on demand, each ready at the push of a button. And right now, you get $50 off when you buy 1 pack of Dad's favorite cocktail capsules. Make Dad's Father's Day by making cocktails with all natural juices and bitters without making any mess at all. Visit BARTESIAN.com/father to get $50 off the best premium cocktail maker for Dad. Bartesian. Premium cocktails on demand.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. At New South Window, we bring the factory to you. Our windows and doors are made with quality in mind, and your products and installation are backed by our lifetime warranty. That's because New South Window knows the importance of single source accountability. We believe in removing the middleman so you get more for your money. This is real factory direct. One company, one call, guaranteed for life. Get New South proud.
For a limited time only, save 35% on New South Windows products and installation.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
The show, go to thenewsjunkie.com to send yours right now.
Gosh, this list that Sabrina sent us of the
final questions?
The final words back in the 20s and 30s for the script spelling bee, there were some seemingly
Bangers?
softballs.
Yeah, it's like duck.
Knack in 1928. Like I got a knack for that. Or kamikaze was one of them. Chlorophyll initials.
Do you see the correlation, though, of the winners? And then when it starts to get hard?
Now look at like the last 15 years of some of those words. Some of the words I look at, I have a pretty verbose vocabulary, I like to think. And I don't know half these words.
Well, did you say vociferous the other day?
Well, I know vociferous, but I don't know half these words. Read off some of those words that I've never even heard of them before.
I can't even read them, though. Like, I'm not even trying.
It's like meticulifly. And I'll be like, wait, what?
Moorhen?
Yeah, don't know that one.
Samophile, that was the most recent one.
Chihuahua.
Like a dog?
Yeah.
That's a tough one to spell, though. That's
Chihuahua,
super tough.
that was the winning word in 1967.
My God. It's gotten very difficult since then. And here's what I was talking about.
Spell it, Sean.
What, Chihuahua?
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell it offhand.
Chihua?
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Are you reading it, Taylor?
No.
Oh.
That's what I think it is.
That's correct.
All right.
It's since 1999.
You take the wind out of my winning sales all the time.
Look, since 1999, 28 of the last 34 spelling bee champions have been Indian American. That's how dominant they are.
Damn.
Of the last 34 Scripps National Spelling Bee Championships, 28 of the 34 were Indian American kids. They just win.
They do, but I'm kind of seeing some unfairness here.
Why?
Because it seems like the white kids got the easy words.
Oh, yeah, back in the day they did, for sure. But now it gets harder and harder because there's more competition. And these little kids are really big-brained individuals out there.
So look at 1983.
Mm-hmm.
This word has a capital P. Does that mean you could spell correctly, but if you didn't say capital P, you got it wrong?
I don't know how strict they are.
No, I think it just means the ones with capitals, they're not supposed to be proper nouns, but the ones with capital letters are usually, this one is a Jewish festival. The other one was like a genus of bug or something like that.
Yeah. It's very impressive.
We'll
even the
never
easy
be in
ones,
this
right?
competition.
Even back when it was like sarcophagus was the winning word in 1981. That's still, it's good for a kid to be able to know how to spell that. I'm impressed. Okay, let's
Abalone
go.
croissant.
Well, before we go over to your dispatches, I want to read you something here. This is from a little company you may have heard of, McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's, a burger-making company that you may have been to at least some point in time. I think writing this letter kind of means McDonald's a little scared, because otherwise, why would they write this letter? And this is from their website. It says, providing meaningful value to our friends with a side of facts. And they're talking directly to U.S. friends. And I still remember the excitement I felt as a kid when my parents turned into a McDonald's. That sounds like your parents turned into a McDonald's restaurant.
Well, now they live with a McDonald's.
Hi, Mom Fry.
Still
Hi,
would be
Burger
cool.
Dad.
I think back to that almost every day of my job running McDonald's USA into my mom's love of McNuggets. What I didn't realize then, it wasn't just the great burgers and fries that made it the destination for the Erlingers. It was knowing my parents could count on McDonald's for a convenient and affordable meal. And he said, now there's a problem with this. I can tell you that it frustrates and worries me and many of our franchisees when I hear about an $18 Big Mac meal being sold, even if it was at one location in the U.S. out of more than 13,700. More worrying, though, is when people believe that this is the rule and not the exception, or when folks start to suggest that the prices of a Big Mac have risen 100% since 2019. The average price of a Big Mac in the U.S. was $4.39 in 2019. He says the average cost now is $5.29. That's an increase of 21%, not 100%. So just the fact that they're putting this out there, it feels like McDonald's thinks they're against the ropes. They said inflationary pressures have affected all sectors of the economy, including ours. Our franchisees, who own and operate more than 95% of all restaurants in the U.S., set the menu prices for the restaurants. So McDonald's is kind of hiding behind, like, we don't set the prices. 95% of McDonald's are run by franchisees, and they set the prices. And it's a myth versus fact. McDonald's raised prices at a rate nearly double the national rate of inflation. They fight back against that. McDonald's raised prices so much that their average menu price increased more than 3 times the national rate of inflation. All of these different things they try to fight back against, including McDonald's Big Mac meal has increased by 104% since 2019. They say actually it's 27% more. But that all depends on which McDonald's.
Exactly.
You know, some of these were way more expensive.
I'll tell you
New
what.
York City McDonald's ain't going to be cheap.
For sure. I ordered Papa John's while I was in Miami this past weekend, and it was significantly higher than it would have paid for a Papa John's order.
One pizza?
2 pizzas, cheese bread, soda.
Okay, that's a fairly normal family order. 2 pizzas, cheese bread, and soda. I would
65
suggest.
bucks.
Was it really?
$65, and that was
that with
using
tip?
Papa Dough.
That's with Papa Dough. My God, bringing your price down a
Papa
lot.
Dough.
If you get if you got that when I was a teenager,
$2 nickels.
I think it would have been $19.99 would be a price that would make sense to me.
Yeah,
for
that
2
seems about
pizzas,
right.
cheese sticks, and a soda.
That's still a lot of markup because carbs are cheap, man. Pizza is cheap.
It is for them to make. It hasn't gotten a whole lot more costly, but they wouldn't be telling you that. They're not letting you know that right now. They said the average price of a quarter pounder has only gone up in the last 5 years from $4.49 to $5.39, and Big Mac from $4.39 to $5.29. So they're just kind of defending themselves. I don't know if it's going to work for them. It seems expensive when you go to a drive-through, and this is why less people are doing it. Tell me if you're on board with this. Maybe you're not. But I believe less people are going to fast food drive-thrus because if it's $15 a person for a full meal with a drink and everything, and you have 2 people would rather go to another place for $30 for a meal for 2 people. You could go to an Applebee's.
Or pay, $10 more to have it delivered to you?
Yeah. People start to think differently about it. It doesn't seem like, oh, let's go get this. It's really quick and it's fast and it's cheap, which was what it was for my whole childhood. It seems a little bit different now. To the Taco Bell thing we were talking about yesterday, Justin says, I don't remember Taco Bell having a game, but I remember Friendly's restaurant in the late 80s and early to mid 90s having a game on the counter.
Yep.
It was
that checks out.
It was a 5-gallon water cooler jug filled with water and a shot glass at the bottom.
Yes.
If you put a quarter in and it landed in the shot glass, you got what for free, C-Lane?
A scoop of ice cream or like a
free sundae. Yeah, free sundae. That's what you would get. I hadn't been there in so long. That's a long time now. Let's get to some of your dispatches so we can work your opinion in on the show. Here's Mo Manji, the realtor, with a dispatch.
Hey, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, you're right. The Indian kids are the best. And my parents did push me, but I learned how to push back. And this is what happens when you do. Thanks. Bye.
You should have just went with it, huh? Nurse Jan has 2 cents. Hello?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So I'm in and out of my car because, I do home health. So I only heard part of Sean talking about, people who are trying to force celebrities to have an opinion on the Gaza situation.
Real quick, now I'm going to play the rest of your dispatch, but I don't even just mean celebrities. I mean anybody. Anybody in any issue. If there's an issue politically that you're not sure of, you don't know a lot about, you don't feel like you're informed enough on it, I don't think that you should have to be forced to get that knowledge. It's okay if you don't want that in your life. And I don't think you should have to, celebrity or not, have an opinion on that. You should not be bullied into having opinions. That's why a lot of this happens. People they want as least social friction as possible. So they go, all right, what opinion am I supposed to have? Okay, all right, this is the one I'll do. That's bad, I think.
I feel like, so many people we'll say passionate. I really feel like they're overbearing, but we'll say passionate about so many things in the world. And that's fine. You're entitled to your opinions. That's great. But what are you doing to better the world or better our country or to even better your own community? Are you volunteering? Are you donating?
You should be.
What are you doing? And if you're not out there actively doing something to help better at least your small part of the world, then, don't throw shade at people who don't want to comment on worldly issues.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
I think that's in line with the majority. I think most people feel that way. Most people go, oh, okay, that person has this opinion, this person has that opinion, and somebody who wants to just be the person in the middle is absolutely acceptable. Then there are things where there's really not that much wiggle room, like Trump. There's not a lot of wiggle room on Trump. It's not like you have 30% of people saying, I like Trump, 30% of people saying, I hate Trump, and 40% of people like, I don't really know how I feel about this. Some of those issues, especially if they're domestic, people just have already, it just over the course of years ended up with something that they've leaned on. One more for right now. This is Big T talking about messages on bombs.
Good afternoon, morning news junkies. So as far as writing on bombs, I know that has been going on for a very, very long time, probably as long as war in reality. But I always thought it would be funny to put things like best wishes, or even if you had one of those camera-guided bombs, you could just, put on the bomb, a smile, you're on camera, until you're dead.
Yeah. I'm not with it. I don't think that's the thing that we should make into something fun. Hey, go over and sign the bombs that are going to be dropped on people.
Nah.
It just seems like a weird thing. I don't like embracing death in that way. Even if you find it to be an inevitability with war, but I'm not with it. When we come back, I have a special segment for everybody today. And Celine, I'm just saying, as a father,
is it death-related?
With a very young child, this is not death-related at all. This is money-related, okay?
All right.
And we have a new segment coming up this year in the world's tiniest artists.
All right.
Probably never going to happen again in the history of this show, but here it is, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's some unusual delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound between Osceola Parkway and after US 192, exit 244. Authorities are still working on that accident on I-4 eastbound before Saxon Boulevard. Traffic is backed up from the St. Johns River Bridge there. There's intersection backups where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway and off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare quote button, and Don will review your quote today. He's going to let you know if you got the best deal or make sure to get you the best deal. He's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like an actual person instead of like a number like all the other mortgage companies would. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today. Peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class healthcare and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
May is here, and that means Florida's intense summer is right around the corner. With new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition so easy for you thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement windows and doors. And their windows and doors are built solid. That's because Renewal by Andersen's exclusive Fibrex product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Renewal by Andersen specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. So save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen. Now through the end of May, buy 2 windows and or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. They're locally owned and operated, and everything is made in the USA. Go to RBAFLA.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Introducing Tanzite Stone Tile Flooring, a game changer in the tile industry. Say goodbye to the trade-off between durability and easy installation with Tanzite's revolutionary indoor-outdoor stone tile. Visit Tanzite.com to see how our tile is installed without concrete or mortar. Instead, our innovative rubber gasket system connects the tiles together. Each tile coming pre-assembled, you simply grab one and place it. No expertise needed. At Tanzite.com, you can see how our foam-back tiles contour to cover any existing floor while insulating against sound and cold. Beautiful and versatile. Tanzite tile adapts to indoor or outdoor use, from kitchens to patios, on concrete basements or wooden decks. All with the durability of stone that's guaranteed for life. Witness this innovative product yourself and order a sample today at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatelli. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. We've got more stats and notes, and we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy.
The free iHeart app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Real Fun Beach Radio. Real Fun Beach Radio is commercial-free all summer and gives you that toes in the sand beach music vibe 24/7. I'm picking up good vibrations. Just open the free iHeart app, search Real Fun Beach Radio, and start listening. Free never sounded so good.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
The Sea Lane's head. Gotta be smart. Gotta take money opportunities where you can. And in his case, he has a 7-month-old baby right now.
Yeah.
You got to get that baby to work. You got to get Jackson to work. And he could be bringing in another income stream for you and the family. And I see these kids all over the place that are just gold mines. We watched a movie last night and we've been on a rom-com kick, and it's a cheesy movie. I don't know if you guys have seen What to Expect When You're Expecting, the movie where...
Never watched it.
It's like a stupid, cheesy rom-com, but it's kind of fun. And they had one scene where they had like all these babies, and they had this fictional, as far as I know it, because I've never seen this in real life. There's a thing in television and movie history where they make it like there's a room with a window and you look in and all the babies are in there together. And
is that not a thing anymore at the hospital?
I don't think so. I don't think that that's a thing.
I think movies would lead me to believe that it used to be a thing. Like they take the baby from you and put it in the nursery.
Yeah.
And then, maybe they mix your baby up and
one's yours?
Raise a different baby or stuff like that. But I remember like when we were getting ready for my wife to have a baby, my dad was like, well, just ask my mother, let me know when visiting hours are. And it's like, they're like all the time. You can just go in there.
Yeah, right. It used to be different, I think. But you're right. I don't even know if they ever actually had that room with a window and you go, is that your baby? Oh, that's my baby.
Maybe he said viewing too. Like he might have thought that was the thing, the room.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, we've got another opportunity, bottom line, to make money with your child.
All right.
And it comes to me in two stories in a row of artists that are getting some level of fame. Both of them are barely older than Jackson. One is 2 years old, and one is 1 year and 152 days old. And do you have a sounder for this segment?
All
right.
One of them is one, the other one is two. They're big-time artists, but they're tinier than you. It's this week in the world's tiniest stars. It's this week in the world's tiniest stars. They're so tiny, they better not suck.
Better not.
This week in the world's tiniest stars.
All right. This week in the world's tiniest artists, and we'll start with numero uno, getting a Guinness World Record for being the youngest artist on the planet, Ace Liam Nana Sam Ankra.
Okay.
A toddler from Ghana is the child. You can look up Ace, ACE-LIAM, and you'll probably find this young artist.
Yeah, I see it.
So this artist started out at just 6 months old. His mother, Chantel Kuka Engun, herself an artist,
The family Chantel?
noticed that he liked to paint and said, we got to get him into this. And now they're saying he's the youngest male artist. Now, here's
Guinness
my
has
question.
acknowledged.
Guinness has acknowledged this. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the weirdest thing about it to me is, so what makes your child, when your child does some finger painting at 6 months old, not an artist that can be announced by or rewarded by Guinness? What is there, like something you have to sell it or something, or
not sell it or reach out to Guinness World Records. So I saw this story, and at first glance, much like other pieces of work in the art world, this is not interpreted by everyone as a piece of art.
No, here he is. If you're watching,
It's
you can see the
very
little guy.
abstract.
Yeah, it's abstract.
Now,
It's
I
not-
will say,
not terrible.
For a child that young, there is some coordination to it. Like there is some color, and it's not clearly just. I don't know.
You can't tell it's done by a baby.
If depending on the art, now that does look like a little. Most of it looks a little. That one seems like there's some organization to it. If you're that young, and you got your colors all like matched up and stuff. Seems to me like there might be a little tism there.
You think so? This kid just knows his colors, man. And he's focused on doing this. He's got the Guinness World Record, 1 year, 152 days old. And he is out there. And they're even selling some of his paintings. People are paying for them. But the other child in This Week in Tiny Artists
hit it, T-Line.
This is a 2-year-old. We've already done that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And this 2-year-old is now selling his paintings for as much as $7,000 a piece.
Who's buying it?
Well, let's see if we can find
You could
out.
sell it, or you could, put the price tag on it. But is anyone buying it?
I think people are buying them, at least some people. Hold on. Selling his paintings. I got to bring this article up so we can see the visuals for those of you. You can always watch the show, by the way. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/live or on YouTube. It's /thenewsjunkie, twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. All those platforms should be easy for you to find. This says 2-year-old pint-sized Picasso is painting. The paintings are similar, though I will say better. I say the 2-year-old is better than the 1.5-year-old.
Well,
These look a little more
to catch up.
complex. Yeah, and they're selling these for $7,000. But it could be, I'm just going to throw this out there. This one looks like crap. It could be that even though these look impressive, there was a story like this before, and they said this little kid is an art genius. He's a tiny Picasso. He's got it all together at just such a young age. And they ended up being fake. The parents were doing the paintings, not the kids.
I mean,
go back to this.
Impressive.
That's not bad, right? That's pretty good. Because this looks like figures and stuff.
Yeah.
These are much better. They look really impressive. But are the parents doing this, or is the kid really doing it? Because last time they were faking this whole thing, and I don't know. I don't know what's what. But $7,000.
Why would you want to fake it for your kid?
Because they get money. The parents then make a whole bunch of money out of this, and they run away with the cash.
So those art pieces are good enough for the kid to be recognized for it, but not good enough that the parents could make that kind of money off of them.
Yeah, it's like toddlers and tiaras, but in the art world.
Of course, it's like the kid is doing something that's impressive for his age, but also generally impressive. So the fact that he's 2 makes it like, oh, you got to get this right now. Wait till he's 20. You'll never be able to afford his paintings. That's what we're going to see in the future here. All right, we'll work in a couple of your dispatches. Let's see what we got right now. You can send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Swilly is not won over by the baby art. He's not buying into this. He's not convinced that these folks are truly the professionals they're making themselves out to be.
I don't know if I would buy a painting that was made by a baby.
Jackson painting.
For $7,000, but I definitely do want to look into buying a painting by there's an elephant that does paintings. And I wouldn't mind putting some of her art up in my house. Okay, goodbye.
Plus, Jackson, your son, already has the same name as Jackson Pollock. And if you riff off of that somehow, you got some, like, lends credibility to it, I think. You got to get this kid some finger paints so he can get to work making some money here as fast as possible. Okay, we want to hear from you. Join us on the show. Doesn't matter what kind of phone you have, whether it's an Android device, an iPhone, or something in between. Maybe it's your laptop with a real nice clear mic for us. Go do that. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. That would have been a long segment, C-Lane.
I was like, hey,
we just
in
figured
the
that
talk
out.
back, I'm like, C-Lane, it says that we're over by 15 minutes. What's going on?
I looked up and I said, full disclosure, we're recording a weekend segment for Weekend Edition, which is syndicated across the state of Florida. And when I looked up, I said, how much longer? Oh, yeah, it is. It's in Rochester, too, and some other markets. I said, how much longer do we have to talk for? And then it said an hour and some other minutes. I was like,
wow.
A long segment, friends. I don't know if we got that in us.
Little typo.
We got something in us, though, and that is Final Dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Thursday forecast, and it's going to be a hot one across Central Florida. Plan for an afternoon high of 95 degrees in Orlando today. We'll expect to stay mostly dry as well, with the exception of a stray shower or two, mainly south and west of Orlando. Temperatures will stay hot through our Friday with a high of 94 degrees. Cooler and breezier conditions, though, right for the weekend with highs near 90 degrees. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class healthcare and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
let me run it by my lawyer.
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings. All for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
Do you have a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more that you don't need? Well, don't lapse or surrender your policy. You might be sitting on a gold mine. That's right. You may be able to sell all or part of your life insurance policy to Coventry for cash, or a combination of cash and coverage with no future premiums, even a term policy. Call Coventry Direct at 800-411-8300 or visit coventrydirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. That's 800-411-8300. For over 25 years, we've helped thousands of people sell their policies, and we can probably help you too. Call us today at 800-411-8300 or visit coventrydirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. That's 800-411-8300. Call now.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life.
industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a lovely Thursday. This week's flying by so far. At least it feels kind of that way.
Really helps when you take Monday off.
I know. I like it. I like it. It's a glorious thing. I'm going to have to call fake news on this, though. I can't believe that this is true. It doesn't add up to me. So I'm throwing out the fake news flag on the field. Look at this headline screaming in front of me right now. Lenny Kravitz says, I have been celibate for 9 years.
I've seen this headline before.
Lenny Kravitz says he has not had sex in 9 years. Did you knew that he was celibate? I never heard of this before this moment, actually.
I feel like I remember seeing the headline when it was like, I've been celibate for 6 or 7 years.
My God.
So
it said Lenny Kravitz might be a well-known sex
symbol. Does that mean no masturbating?
I think it just means no like sex. And he says the music icon says he's ditched casual flings for nearly a decade until he finds the right woman. A move inspired by his dad, NBC News producer Cy Kravitz, cheating on his mom, Roxy Roker, a well-known actress famous for her starring role in The Jeffersons. It said, reflecting on the infidelity, he said his dad predicted he'd end up living the same lifestyle, and it turned out to be true, but he wanted to stop doing this. So for the last decade, he has been on a celibacy streak. That is something else.
Interesting.
So nothing, he says. Basically nada. He is in the gym a lot. I love when Lenny Kravitz wears his Lenny Kravitz clothes to the gym. It's so funny to me.
The leather pants while he's benching is
I love
insane.
it. Everybody else has got all their workout clothes on, and Lenny Kravitz is like, no, this is what I wear. I wear the gloves, I wear the leather pants, and this little tiny top, and that's what I'm going to wear to the gym because that's how I get my workout on. Okay, we talked to the guy not too long ago. If you missed this, go over to the newsjunkie.com in the interviews section, who had a full face transplant, 2 hand transplants as well. Now another guy has had let's see what they say this. They say his jaw was replaced in a 20-hour marathon surgery. And
we're going to talk to him tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Well, thank you for the heads up.
They had to do this to stop the cancer that was spreading in his face. He had metastatic melanoma that spread into his jaw. Without surgery, he had 6 months to live. So they reconstructed his face using a bone taken from his leg. And it was a large portion of his face that was redone here. There had never been anything quite like this done before. And here's what he ended up looking like. I can't believe this is him, but that's it. He's the guy on the right, just for the record. That right there is the dude after having facial surgery and a jaw transplant.
BS.
This is the only thing I could see. He doesn't have a beard in this spot.
Why wouldn't he just shave the rest of his beard to make it look like he didn't have anything?
That doesn't look real. There's no way.
This is what they say. And I think it's like this whole portion right here was replaced. but it looks too good to be true. I'll put this up on See It Now.
Definitely book an interview with him.
Show me them bottom teeth, bruh.
Yeah, I don't know what's behind that.
Well, look at the X-ray behind him.
Yeah, it shows it's just complete. There's none. No bottom teeth on one side, bottom teeth on the other. But he got the jaw transplant in there. If they were able to do that, that's pretty damn impressive.
You could do that with your leg, you know.
You can?
Yeah, there's a bone in your leg.
Well, is that what they use?
One. Yeah, because a friend of mine had to get their jaw replaced. They found cancer. And they used, tibia, maybe?
Right.
And it is actually like the perfect fit. And so that is, it's fairly new in the medical world, but you can use your leg bone to replace your jawbone.
They had a whole craniotomy
Grey's
done.
Anatomy, I'm a doctor.
They said O'Connor's jaw was reconstructed using a bone taken from his leg. Overall, the surgery was done in 2 phases. It took 20 hours to do this. And then they said afterwards everything was intact.
His leg looks ugly, though.
Here's a little bit of his post-surgery look, too, where you can see him. It's pretty impressive. So I'll put that up over on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com, and you can tell me what you think. If this is surgery coming a long way, or if this guy's a great big phony, we shall see. I'm going to put another face transplant, because it's kind of a face transplant, but maybe not all the way.
This one isn't so jaw ring?
No, this one is a little easier to look at, but here we go. It's too late. I already posted it.
Okay.
Let's see what we got in the final dispatches. Smackerel has something to say about the baby room. Let's listen in.
Hey, what's up, junkies? Hey. Yeah, there used to be that room with all the babies in it. They're obviously wrapped in pink and blue. Used to have a nameplate on it, the last name, so you could figure out which one you were there to see.
Really?
Yeah. Except for the babies that were in the NICU. They were all in there together. The other thing was every time a baby was born in the hospital, there was like a little couple of notes from a lullaby that would play. But anyway, happy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, junkies. Enjoy the show.
Somebody kept saying that was a thing when we were in the hospital, and I never remembered hearing it when any other babies were born.
The sound?
Yeah. Like,
baby's born, baby's born.
It was like a couple chimes or something.
Okay.
But
so, that just means somewhere in the hospital at that point in time, a baby had been born?
Apparently, yeah. That was supposed to be a thing that happened, but I never remembered hearing it.
I don't know. I think it's changed a lot. I think back in the day, I don't have any hard information on this. I don't even know if we have time to or could easily search for it. My gut tells me that now they try to get you out of the hospital faster than they used to. Because you're not lounging.
Yeah.
Oh, how long were you in there?
Well, they want you to pay some more monies.
No, we had to spend some extra time in there because of Ashley's blood pressure not being stable.
Oh, okay. I just want to see if there's anything on this. Okay, the hospital stay for childbirth increased to 2.4 days. That's back in 1997. In 1970, the average length stay for all hospital deliveries was 4.1 days. By 1992, it had decreased by 37% to 2.6 days. Now,
we were there almost a week.
Now, this is saying the average length of stay for healthy newborn infants for all hospital deliveries was 39 hours or 1.6 days. So that's pretty damn
I want to stay there
low.
as long as possible.
Especially got one of them big suites. Ooh, you got that insurance money flowing into that. That's a whole different
As soon
arrangement.
as you walk out the hospital doors, it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, now we got to do this.
No one's here to help me.
I didn't get a book about how to take care of this thing. My God. Maybe we could do one more?
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Oh, didn't play that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Be a little careful about
How
this.
quickly you forget.
I'm never going to forget this again. I'm under control over here. Here's I'm a PC talking about the lullaby.
Hey, so the lullaby thing is true, but the speakers are only outside in the hallway. So when my daughter was born, we were in the room most of the time, and you really didn't hear it. It just so happened that I was outside of the room at the time and heard it.
Oh, that's cool. All right. And last one for today. Here's Man Kicking.
Hello, folks.
Hi.
This is the last dispatch.
It is.
And all you get is a guy driving a big yellow tractor in Iowa.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations. Oh, by the way, with a crappy microphone, I suppose. But you have a good day.
You too.
Sounds like a tractor guy.
I didn't hear a tractor in the background, though.
No.
It's quiet on that front. So it was impressive if his tractor's that quiet. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Crazy story out of the Baltimore Banner today. They say a Baltimore-based law firm contacted federal prosecutors in Maryland in February 2021. They said their client had been a target of unwanted and hateful online attacks from a woman his client dated years ago. They believed others, too, were targets, including her now husband's supervisor. An affidavit by a special agent with the FBI's Baltimore office said it was actually the other way around. The boyfriend was harassing this woman and cyber-stalking her husband, her family members, her friends, her coworkers. Some of this stuff was so bad. Her mom died, and then I saw some of the texts from him, and he'd be like, oh, this is going to be my favorite day ever. I'll mark it down on my calendar the day you had to put your mom 6 feet in the dirt. And just evil, evil stuff that he was sending this woman. But he was claiming he was the victim. They finally did the investigation. He was the perpetrator. He was the stalker. Now he finds himself in big trouble. A new law in Louisiana will criminalize approaching police under certain circumstances. This could hinder the public's ability to film officers. They make it a crime to approach within 25 feet of a police officer under certain circumstances. Again, that's an officer who's lawfully engaged in the execution of his duties. Boy, are they going to abuse this one. They will really, really, really take advantage of that. And what else do we have here on the way out today? Hey, in or out, all right? I'm going to say something. You say if this is in or out. Cracker Barrel.
In.
In. As far as what, the public opinion?
Yes.
Out.
Because the CEO of Cracker Barrel says they've lost their way. They've lost relevancy. They need to change the menu. They need to remodel the stores. They need to ditch the old country store idea, perhaps.
Wow.
I don't know how you could ever do that. It's a Cracker Barrel. That's what it is, an old country store.
I mean, I think if we went to Cracker Barrel and my wife didn't get to buy stuff, then we're just going to eat somewhere.
That's boring. They said a fresh image
Just
and new
barrel.
menu items are some things to anticipate. The restaurant and gift store chain, which is more than 600 locations, is known for its Southern country vibe and comfort food menu, but there are problems in paradise. We see more people saying out than in over on chat as we wrap things up today. For right now, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Bootsy Moonshine says, bring back Brad's wife. That's where it all went wrong.
Brad's wife. Somebody else said bring back the smoking section. Big Doug Millionaire.
Oh.
Today I
Brad's
Learned
wife smoking section. Got
for
it.
Thursday, May 30th, 2024. Today I learned one of the ladies from this show.
Golden Girl, thank you.
Golden Girls is correct. B. Arthur. Dorothy from the Golden Girls was a truck-driving Marine back in World War II.
Oh, lesbian then.
It wasn't until she was later on in her life when she decided she wanted to explore being an actress and quickly got into some television work, All in the Family, Maude, and then in 1985, she was featured as Dorothy on The Golden Girls. Today I learned in 1920, I love this story. In 1920, there was a trial of a person named Elmer Fisher. He was tried for the illegal ownership of alcohol. This, of course, was during Prohibition. The jury took one of the bottles submitted as evidence when they went to deliberate to make sure that it was whiskey. After some time passed, the jury asked for a second bottle. A short time later, it found Fisher not guilty of the crime.
Hell yes.
The jury just getting smashed back there on the evidence. Today I learned this guy right here. That's right. Paul McCartney, Phil Collins, and Michael Jackson are the only musicians who have sold over 100 million records, both as solo artists and as members of the band. Pretty impressive feat for all involved.
Eric Clapton not on there?
Eric Clapton's not on the list that I have.
Actually, you.
Could be that it's outdated.
He's got
That's
the
just
most
what they
entries
said.
in the Rock Hall.
You guys going to see Rolling Stones when they come? Oh,
No.
I've been thinking about that. No, not
What
for
is
you.
that?
Today I learned this lady right here.
Amy Winehouse.
That's right. Amy Winehouse coming back on the show. Not as a guest, though, on account of the dead. But her BAC was 0.416 at the time that she died. It wasn't a drug overdose, as some people actually think. It was drinking too much. And the documentary on her was fantastic. I really liked that. It was all personal footage. I don't know that we need this movie that's in theaters. I don't know. Maybe I'll go see it if we get bored. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you later, everybody.